High of 103 today?
101 is what I was
101.
seeing, but hey, it's going to feel like 200 anyway.
Yeah. I feel like surface of the sun. Oh, we'll be out and about later this evening.
Correct.
Out at Captain Jim's.
Are we all wearing cutoff shirts tonight, or
I'm doing a leather jacket.
Yeah, leather jacket. That's the way to do it.
Heck yeah, man.
Like a real man.
Want to look rad.
Yeah, I'm going to wear a cutoff shirt.
everything I'm going to wear tonight's going to be cut off?
Yeah,
Got new shorts?
I'm removing sleeves.
Yeah.
Later this afternoon.
Unbelievable. I'm looking forward to that.
I think I did that last year, too.
I do believe so.
Yeah, you've done it a time or two, for sure.
Yeah. Captain Jim's, I mean, it's a special broadcast.
It is. In fact, they have a guy out front. The only thing he's counting is how many sleeves come in, and I think there's only like a dozen allowed at a time, maybe 11.
Sleeves?
Yeah, 11 sleeves.
All right,
That's
well, I'll
it.
get circumcised before I go then.
All right. I insist everybody that shows up doesn't have sleeves. See how many we can get.
Yeah, let's get as many sleeveless people out there as possible.
For real.
Maybe set some kind of Guinness record.
You got a snapping turtle?
Sleeves across America.
You're from Southern Illinois. You don't have a snapping turtle. Nah. Okay, I just wanted to ask. You brought it up.
Well, I had
turtle.
I had mine put back on, but I'll take it off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, snapping turtle.
I was part of that revolution.
Is that what they call an uncircumcised penis?
No, it's just the first one I ever saw was my
Pretty
buddies.
accurate.
Yeah, the first one I ever saw was my buddies, and I just remember I was like, we were teenagers, and I went, "Holy smokes, it looks like a snapping turtle."
Oh, more like an anteater.
But to me, it was a snapping turtle.
Yeah.
Your penis is not wearing a turtleneck, huh?
To this day,
Crazy.
I remember hollering out loud, going, "Oh my goodness, it looks just like a snapping turtle." He's like, "That's the most Missouri country boy thing I've ever heard you say." I'm like, well,
Let me see what a snapping turtle looks like.
Okay.
It's pretty accurate, I will say that. Having seen firsthand a snapping turtle up close and personal, pretty accurate.
Have you been bitten by a...
Almost.
Oh, almost.
Noodling was popular.
Oh my
we call it hogging in Southern Illinois.
Noodling is like hand fishing?
Yeah.
Okay.
For catfish.
Go wrong.
Or catfish.
Yeah, there was Buckoo Creek down by Southern Illinois, and I used to go out with my friend who also kept catfish in a above-ground swimming pool in his backyard so he could have fresh. This guy was crazy, man. He had a trailer with an above-ground pool, and he converted it into a live aquarium for catfish. He just filled it with a hose. Yeah, show him, like, retracting, though.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about he doesn't want to be messed with, so he's putting his head back in
He's
the
putting his head
roll.
back
You know
in
what I'm
his,
saying?
yeah.
And then
Same guy I was
In his
talking about,
sheath.
though, man. He put his hand, you put your hand in a log to, like, grab. Big catfish would be sitting in, like, a hollow log or something.
Doesn't it hurt? Like, I have a perfect noodle hand. And
I wasn't my cup of tea. I did it one time, and I was like, all right, I see what this is. I'm good. Because then he stuck his hand in a log and
Oh, we got bit?
snapped turtle.
Oh, boy.
jeez.
what are we doing?
Did he
as
lose a
people?
finger?
Is that a...
I got him in the webbing.
is
He
that a
lost
break the
chunk.
skin?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Those things are
That's not
powerful.
the picture
Oh,
of the
yeah.
show.
They're called alligator snapping turtles.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Get you.
dude.
Yeah, I remember
They're
being a
gnarly.
kid, and there was one in my grandma's garden. She was out there, and she had me. She's like, "Can you move it out of here?" And it was huge. It's probably about a foot. Like the shell was about a foot long, and that thing weighed 1,000,000 pounds. And I had to move it
Look at that
down to the
thing, dude.
creek. It was fun.
And
No.
the big and badass ones. First of all, I mean, they can snap.
my God.
They can snap so quick. It's bullet fast.
Yeah.
And you lose a finger.
Oh, really?
And yeah, and the bigger
Lose
ones.
a finger style, huh?
Oh yeah, and
You could.
the bigger
Oh.
ones. The bigger ones have been around for a while, and they've been in those lakes and ponds and swamps and
Angry.
things, and they're super green. It's, like there's like plant life
Algae
on the back
and
of
stuff
yeah.
on the
so
back of
so
them,
they're hard to see sometimes.
Yeah.
And when you see one and you know what you're looking at, you're just like, oh god, I could have
Well,
lost
listen,
a toe.
sticking your hand in murky water just sounds like a bad idea.
Yeah. I don't even want my feet in the water. Like when you go floating, I mean, have you ever gotten your toes bit by a fish or
No.
anything? I have. Because I always have my toes painted up neon and stuff. So they're like, what's this?
Ah, yes, bait.
Yes. Terrifying.
Your patoots look like bait.
For real. Like a sparkly
Well,
worm.
speaking of getting bit by stuff, KMOV headline, Be aware of brown recluse spiders moving inside as temps go up.
We've
Time to leave.
We've been seeing more of them, man. That's for sure.
I don't know what they look like. I just assume.
Brown thin can be kind of big. You find a lot of their molts all over the place, and you think they're dead ones, but those are just previous ones that are bigger now, and they got a little violin on the back. Sometimes they're called violin spiders.
I thought that was the black widow.
No. Black widow is a
the
very,
hourglass.
very black. Yeah, it's a very black spider with an hourglass on.
Okay,
its,
hourglass
on its
is the
tummy.
black widow.
Yeah, a red hourglass. That is.
Okay, so the
Doesn't
brown
look anything
recluse
like it. Brown
has got a
recluse-
violin-shaped thing on its back.
Yeah, let me show you.
Oh, man, I'm not a spider guy.
I'm
Call
not
me
either.
a puss.
No,
It's fine.
what I do, and I've tried to be more humane about it in the past, like even this week. Big old brown spider was in my living room, and I thought, all right, here we go. I got a glass, and then I got to find something sturdy to slide under the glass, and then I carry the mofo out to my garden where he belongs. I have done that more, but man, if they're huge and they're vicious, they're getting stomped.
So like a wolf spider is like a darker brown and
those
black,
things
and
are gnarly.
and on the
Wolf's
the brown
awesome.
recluse has this weird, I'm not a spider guy, so I don't know what these are called, but they almost have like a really noticeable like two little army looking things right in front of their face. So if you see that and you look long enough and you see like an upside down violin on it, see this violin? See how it looks like a little violin with the
No,
neck?
I'm not getting that close.
Well, I mean,
I'm not getting that
It's not
close.
that hard to see them, though. They're pretty good size.
Yeah, they can be. See, okay, do you see
man.
what I'm talking about with the violin? So like the base of the violin starts at the head and goes back on the thorax or
I
whatever
just
the heck
hear
that is.
these horror stories about somebody sticking their foot in a boot.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I shake mine out every
I
time.
shake them out too.
Like stick their foot, like your work boots are in the garage,
Yep.
and you're leaving for work, and you just stick your foot in the boot, and you get
Yee.
You see the
you get
violin?
bitten. Oh yeah,
It's like a body, and then
yeah. Again, I like just like
So-
snakes. I'm going to assume that everything's poisonous.
Same.
and this is a wolf spider. You see how the wolf spider has like just like a particular stripe on it? Like sometimes they get mixed up if the wolf spiders are
I think
smaller.
I've
but
heard those
these are
called
fuzzy.
banana spiders too, because they come in like
Bunches of
crates
bananas.
of bananas.
No.
What, the wolf spider or the brown
one.
recluse?
This
Whatever
one?
he's pointing at with the yellow stripe.
Is that poisonous?
The wolf,
No.
wolf spider? No,
No.
I've been bit by wolf spiders. They're fine.
They're
Oh.
pretty cool.
Would you ever hold a
They're cool
tarantula?
creatures.
No.
Dude, when I was living in Valley Park, I was gardening one day, and I swear to you, one of those Missouri tarantulas was behind my grill.
Oh, we got tarantulas here
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'd never seen one
this
before.
whole time.
Nobody believed me when I said it was a tarantula. It's not as big as what you're thinking, but like it's bigger than your average spider.
No kidding. I've
Oh,
never seen
yeah.
one here. I've only seen them in the West. But yeah, there's. I mean, I would stay. We're in a place where you should stay educated. Sorry, Mom, for this whole segment. By the way, I'm sorry. She's a super
dude.
arachnophobe.
Listen to this that just came over.
But I think you should stay educated enough on spiders just to know what you're looking at.
Benjamin writes in, brown recluse is about the size of a quarter. I only have 75% feeling in my left thumb and index finger because I got bit by one when I was 6 or 7 on the webbing of my hand.
Wow.
Yeah, no, they can be dangerous. We had a friend that got bit on her calf. She was cleaning out her basement. Got bit on her calf. I'm pretty sure she was seen pretty early. It wasn't like something that like went on, but the flesh started eating away.
Oh.
It got worse and worse and worse, and whatever meds she was on like messed her up too. And then she fell and hit
What
her
do they
head.
call that? Necrosis? Like when your skin like starts
dying.
Arachnosis.
But it was like
dude.
flesh. It wasn't just
Grayscale.
skin. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
grayscale.
the grayscale, dude.
Oh, it's over, huh?
Texas
is a-
brown tarantula.
See one of those?
What is that?
That's
a-
the banana spider.
Those are
that's like
huge.
orb
Black
weaver.
and,
Oh,
Yeah, we get
They're
orb
they're huge.
weavers.
They're harmless, but they're
You find them all the time.
They can
in-
bite though.
That's it. They live
Texas
in
brown
Missouri.
tarantula.
Texas
Yeah, that's
brown
now
The
tarantula.
Missouri, Oklahoma one.
I understand.
Can I see?
Yes, please.
I understand what they do. They eat mosquitoes. They eat. Right,
have their
catch
place.
Mosquitoes. They have their place. Not in my house.
Yeah, their place is under my boot.
On our deck, we
They're
have
finna die
those
when they're
types
in my
of
house.
we have those types of spiders, the orb weavers with the big old butts, and the huge webs.
Yeah.
And they make a web every single day, and they come out in the fall, or they get big in the fall, and we see them, and we leave them, dude, because they're awesome. They're awesome. You leave those things there, they are crushing mosquitoes out of your zone. They are getting all sorts of stuff out of your zone.
They
Yeah,
don't,
in an
they don't
area
need
like
to be in
that,
my
for
house.
sure.
though.
And as long as they're in a good spot, you just leave them
Right.
be.
Yeah, but I had one
And
on my
every day
porch.
they'll do another web.
The nightly web was going down my steps. So sometimes I'd come home, it'd be night.
Oh,
or I'd
yeah.
leave early in the morning,
What?
and then you walk. Nothing ruins your day like walking into a spider web.
Then it's on you somewhere.
You want to see a grown man completely lose all masculinity. Watch a grown man walk into a spider web.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the best.
Drop your coffee.
Those are the
Just
best.
turn.
Those are the best doorbell or ring doorbell videos. Guys walking through spider webs right
Just
there.
turn into a weak-kneed.
You leave your windows, your
Coward.
Jeep all open in your garage. And
Oh, that does happen. So,
get in there.
so I
yeah.
put the roof on last night, but it was off for 25 days, and don't think there wasn't a web or two in there.
Right.
But that's also because I have like a
Climbing
old,
up your leg.
I got like an old webby garage, so it's gonna happen. Not a big deal.
Oh, Scott sent over an article. Why you need not fear the poor, misunderstood brown recluse spider.
Hey, I'm not going to simp for brown recluse right now.
It's
No.
hard to think of a critter that inspires so much hyperbolic hysteria as the brown recluse spider. They're pretty much universally hated. If you believe the tales, these small arachnids are biting people all day, every day, producing massive, stinking flesh craters that require months of intensive care and perhaps a prosthetic appendage.
Whoa.
Sometimes it seems these spiders have nothing better to do than hunker down in the dark corners throughout North America, waiting for tender human skin to present itself.
Yeah.
Though there are strands of truth in the hype on the whole, it's bunk. It is true, and this is from this article. It's true that some of the spider's bites lead to necrotic skin lesions, but around 10% of them. The others, like the one at the right, they show a picture, aren't that bad. The brown recluse only lives in a couple states, basically the warmer ones between the Rockies and the Appalachians. And they don't really want to bite you. It's actually not that easy for them. And it goes into a lot of these brown recluses are not really brown recluses. There's some other spider. It's a mistaken identity thing. But again, if you're in my house, you're going to die.
Yeah, if a Missourian sees a brown recluse, it's a brown recluse. I mean, if a Missourian sees a brown spider, it's a brown recluse. Here's one Matt just sent over. This is like a perfect example. This is exactly what you would see in your garage. It looks like it's on concrete or something.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: I usually only see them if I flip on a light and they're like going back into a light fixture or something. You know what I mean? Like they're
Then they
not.
hide.
I'm just saying, like
now
they're
we know
not-
they're around somewhere, ready to jump. And next time I go into the garage, it's going to jump out and be a face hugger.
I killed one and I hate to say I killed it because typically I'll let anything outside and even flies. Like I don't mess with them, but I don't want this thing in my master bathroom. And it was on the wall right behind the toilet, and I was like, Pff, "This is a
bad,
place.
bro.
This is a place where my pants are off."
bad.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm
Can't-
sorry, friend.
Can't be
He
too
says he
careful.
feels bad. He killed it.
I don't like killing things.
Dude,
man.
somebody just emailed, I would lose my mind. They said, Missouri tarantulas are very real. And they get very big. 17 years ago, I lived at Lake of the Ozarks. Went to the basement to see it, and what I thought was a wire until I got really close and realized it was a giant spider. I dropped a 5-gallon bucket of paint on it, and legs came out all the sides.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
They
That's
are.
a big spider, dude. If you're dropping a 5-gallon Sherman Williams on something and the legs are
Yeah.
coming
I'm
out,
done. I'm
You
done
don't
talking
wanna-
about this.
Here you go.
Yeah,
Here
you
go.
don't want to smash those though, because that
My
could be
hypnagogic
pregnant.
hallucinations are going to be off the charts. tonight when I
Missouri
go to sleep.
tarantula.
oh, and have little
done.
spiders go everywhere.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've seen that.
Yeah,
Learn. There you go.
We were
There's-
down in-
There's photos.
Yeah, man.
we were down in Mexico on a
That's what I
mission
saw.
trip, and my buddy, he leaned up against a tree, and I guess there was like a nest of them or something. They all fell down and like landed in his glove. Everything.
What?
on
Get
top
out of
him.
here. What?
I'm done
Yeah.
talking
No,
about this. I
no.
want to talk about something
Great.
else.
All right, all right.
Sorry, Ma. Sorry, Ma.
Clifton's okay. He didn't get bit.
I want to talk about something else.
We have gone on enough where I have to text my mother to make sure she doesn't listen to the opening of Thursday's podcast.
Oh my
There
God.
she is.
Skip it, Ma.
Mama Moon is punched out. Have we all quit jobs before?
Yes.
We've all quit a job.
Two weeks notice.
Has your quitting been dramatic? Has it been contentious?
Depends on the job.
Like, give me an example of a contentious quitting.
I got on the loudspeaker at a hardware store.
Get out of here. Did you really?
On my way out. Yeah, this guy was I don't know if you could say the word he was on the air, but he was a jerk. The guy that owned it was a total jerk. And he he made cashiers cry every day. This guy was like a tyrant that owned this hardware store.
So he was the owner, not just the manager. He's the guy that
He
owned
was the
it.
owner, and he
was
would
like a
come
mom
in.
and pop kind of place.
Kind of was a True Value, but it was like privately owned
Yeah, yeah.
in between Murfreesboro and Carbondale, Illinois. It was one of my first jobs, and I'm like outside in like Christmas time, I was working in the lawn and garden department, hanging up Christmas trees. It's freezing cold. Like, it was just like tough job. I had like went out on a delivery with like all these bricks in the back of a thing, and then a guy cut me off, and I had to slam on the brakes, and all the bricks went through the back windshield and almost crushed me. And this guy like came out, and he didn't even ask if I was okay.
Wow.
He like came out to the accident site, and he was just like, "What'd you do to my truck?"
Nice.
And I was like, "Cool, bro." And then he made like a few people cry. I mean, he literally would tell people they were worthless, like employees and stuff.
Wow.
And then when I quit,
Like, what could you do?
I got on the phone, on the loudspeaker, and let everybody in the store know who owned the store and what kind of guy he was. And
Well,
then
what could
he
you
stopped.
do to piss off as a cashier or somebody who works at a hardware store for a man to tell you you're useless?
I don't know, man. This guy was just a jerk. He was just like an absolute horrible human being. Like, he was not a cool guy. He was never nice. He just
Treated
it was
people
like his
garbage.
little kingdom, and he ruled with an iron fist, and like he just was mean. And I remember he said something to me, and I chucked a ladder down a aisle of Christmas lights. It was Christmas time.
A lot of show.
I took a lot of them out with me, and then I popped on the phone and
did it.
gave him the old razzle dazzle on the way out. Let everybody know what a piece of crap he was, and all the cashiers were applauding on my way.
Oh, wow.
Hero.
Was it a slow clap?
No, like another person quit with me. It's like, you know what? You're right.
You're a hero.
Another lady walked out with me.
Oh, was it a who's coming with me situation?
I didn't
Jan,
even try.
McGuire.
Jan,
Who-
Who's
didn't even
coming
have
with
to.
me?
thank you, Jan.
It was that was probably the most dramatic exit.
Every job I've quit, and I've quit a couple jobs. It's no drama. Like, it's been kind of respectful.
Yeah.
I guess I've
Everywhere
got
else,
another
yeah.
job, or we're done here.
It's a drama for me, I guess. That Kmart one I told you about. I just told you about it a couple weeks ago again. When everybody said I could keep my earring, I just stretched it. Now I got a gauge 6 plug. I don't want to take it out. It hurts too bad, man. And Terry back in the training department said it was fine. I watched a training video, went up. This guy told me I had to take it out.
Couldn't put a Band-Aid over it?
No. He was like, no, you have to take it out. And I was like, dude, this was not the deal. Not what I signed up for. And I did like a 4-hour shift and had a break. And I just
Never came back.
I'm still on break.
Still waiting for you.
Still on break.
you ever
Kmart,
punch
out? No, dude.
Never
Dude, that
punched out,
paycheck's
huh?
gonna be
No,
so
I shouldn't have done that either. I feel a little guilty about that now. But
Yeah,
like, that was
it's a douche.
stupid.
It's a douche move.
yeah.
But when you're younger, you don't think about it.
I just did. I was like, man, you know what? They probably haven't even like put in the paperwork yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think this is gonna be a big hassle for them. The weird thing is, my mom was like working in the food court because she was just looking for something to do during the summers because she was a teacher.
Yeah.
It was before she retired, so she was working in the food court. I was like, hey, I'm gonna go out to the car for my first break.
You didn't even tell your mom that you quit and she worked there?
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think I wanted to make a scene. I don't think I decided until I was sitting in the car on break, and I was like, I put my
That's it, I'm
earring
done.
back in. I was like, it hurts. Everything's throbbing. The only other one was a shoe store. That shoe store that made me do a 9-hour or 10-hour shift or something on Saturdays, and they said, hey, you're gonna be needed tomorrow 9 o'clock or for another 9-hour shift. I was like, I can't do that, man.
I ain't no
You're
Al
gonna-
Bundy.
You're gonna have to do it. I was like, I can't do that. I can't do it. I think you'll be fine without me.
Learn any drama while quitting?
No, always ended politely and
Me
respectfully.
too. I feel weird that I don't have any good stories of
I know.
quitting. Scott?
Yeah, I believe all mine were pretty kosher. There was one that I guess the most interesting way I left a job is whenever Moon called me on a Wednesday and asked, hey, would you like to do merch for my band? And I said, yeah. And he's like, okay, we'll be in St. Louis on Friday, so you got to start then. And this was a full-time job, all that kind of stuff. So I went in the next day. I was like, hey, guys, I'm putting in my rest of the day notice, and I'll be done with the working here. I'm going to be on the road. And they actually said, they wrote a letter or whatever, said that I was eligible for retirement, and I really appreciated
Oh,
my
well,
time.
that's
And
nice.
Well,
they were
that's
cool.
cool.
Yeah,
That's
they
cool.
were really cool about
Yeah,
it.
it's nice.
Dang.
See,
And they're like,
nice
go
when-
live your dreams. They were all excited
It's
for
nice when they're understanding. Like,
Yeah.
when I worked at McDonald's, when I did my, when I was in the service at McDonald's.
Thank you for your service, man.
Yeah, you're welcome. When you're 15, 16 years old, I'm sure the general manager knows this is not going to be a career.
Right.
Eventually, he's going to leave us.
Yes.
You put in your 2 weeks. And, that's it.
I feel like I've been hearing more and more stories about. I feel like people stopped putting in their 2 weeks because jobs started getting vindictive. Like they are always like, the right thing to do is put in your 2 weeks, and you put in your 2 weeks, like you're no longer needed. You get taken off the schedule.
Yeah.
You're like, well, now you took. I made this other job say I couldn't start for 2 weeks to be loyal to you.
Yeah. And now you just
rewarded my loyalty by cutting me because you're mad I'm leaving.
Yeah. Who thought of the 2 weeks thing?
Well, I understand the idea behind it, where you could train somebody to come in, take your position, and help them out.
Oh, we could do that in a week.
Yeah. Or in a day.
We could do that in a week.
Gives ample time to adjust the change and to plan accordingly. That might include hiring a replacement and training your replacement.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
All right. Well, I guess that's the thing to do.
Yeah.
At McDonald's, I put in my 2 weeks. Enough time to train the next cashier.
Right.
Next grill attendant. Well, there is a new trend with younger folks where they are capturing themselves quitting their job and posting the videos on social media.
Oh.
Yeah.
Which, hey, dummies. Would you want to have a quitter video in your Google search forever?
Bad move.
Bad move.
Bad move. What do we know, though, Rizz? But bad move. Right? Like, I mean, this is, we're having the conversations with our kids about social media.
Yeah.
And just about like, hey, man.
This is going to be forever.
Yeah, and like, I'm not saying you guys are not the greatest, smartest kids ever, but just don't forget, like, your kids. And we all went through this, and we made dumb decisions. That's part of it. You're supposed to. Please make a dumb decisions. This is what you will do. Anticipate it.
Oh, yeah.
But you don't want to remember that forever, man.
Yeah, you hope that dumb decision is just a here and gone thing. Lesson learned, fine.
Right.
Not going to follow me for the rest of my life.
Yeah, and I was like, if you're used to docking everything here,
yeah, hiring.
you're gonna be bummed at yourself.
When you're up for a job, the first thing they do is Google your name.
Yep.
Imagine if it was the reverse of that, too. Like, imagine if there were managers out there being like, check out my firing video. And they just, like, were live streaming firing people. We would burn that person at the stake.
Hey, Jim makes a great point here. Says he doesn't offer us 2 weeks because a job wouldn't do that. A job doesn't say, hey, we're firing you. You got 2 weeks to get out.
That's a good point.
Some people have that. I'm just saying, like, that was kind of what I was always told growing up. It was like, if you're going to quit a job, you can put in your 2 weeks. That way you leave on good terms. You'll get a good reference. It was all of these things that were being kind of lorded over you. Like, if you don't do this, you won't get a good reference, and then you'll have a gap in your job history and all this stuff. And then, like, people started putting in their 2 weeks, and they'd be like, yeah, we don't need you. Today's your last day. And I'm like, well, now, seems like if you're just trying to get your next paycheck, you're better off to just, like, tell them on Friday.
Well, even the whole job reference thing has changed. Sure. Because now you can't call a former employer and ask about their performance.
Oh, that's right.
Like, so a former employer can't talk, like, let's say you left on bad terms.
Yeah.
I can't call your former employer and ask what the story was.
You can ask if you would rehire that person, though.
Yes.
Why? When did this happen?
It's, I think it's a couple
been
years
policy
now.
for a while, yeah.
Like, did Lern work, at Payless? Yes.
Did she work here these dates?
Yeah,
September.
you can get start.
I don't even know if that's a question you can ask.
You can ask.
Can you rehire?
You can ask, did they work there? Did they work there for these dates? So September 2011 to October 2013 or whatever.
To confirm your resume.
To confirm
your resume, and don't have job gaps. And then you can ask, would you consider rehiring this person? I think that was the only three. Because when I used to check applications at the bar that I managed, that was the only three questions I was pretty much allowed to ask.
Yeah. So you can't do a deep dive.
Are you a reference for a lot of people? Like, do people ask you to be a reference?
Yeah. And I'm glad to.
And I'm glad to as well. I never get called, though.
I was going to say, I've been a reference a lot of times.
I have maybe once or twice.
Yeah.
I think I've been called once, forever ago. Once, maybe.
Yeah,
never.
Put my name down.
I don't think
I've done a fake one for somebody?
Probably because of what you're saying. Like, they can't. What are they going to ask anyway?
Right.
Nobody's doing those calls.
A character reference is usually what I get added to. They're like, hey, will you talk to me?
Speak highly of me?
Absolutely.
Sure.
Let's go.
You ever done a fake one for a friend? I've done a few.
Oh, no, I've never have.
Yeah. I've had friends be like, hey, man, I put you down. I said you were my manager, And
that like George Costanza, Vandalay Industries.
yeah, pretty much. They were like, I said you were my manager at for these dates if you get a call. And I'm like, all right. And I'll get a call. And like,
I don't know. This whole thing is just another. You don't have to put everything online.
Right.
Like here's one. Here's an example. Somebody one posted a TikTok where this woman quits her social media job, and it there's no drama here, but
Hi.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going? Good. Or not?
I can't say it. I don't know how to say it.
I know. I knew it was coming when you said that.
I'm going to cry.
Look, if it's what you feel like you need to do, then I totally get it. We will be so sad and we'll miss you. But I'm excited for you and you'll do awesome.
I don't know what quitting goes like that, but I guess that's
the kind you orchestrate for social media.
I guess so.
No kidding.
At a social media company.
Yeah, for a social media company, yeah.
Well, no, it sounds like everybody knew what was going to be coming, right? Like that to me, that sounds like a normal. I mean, yes, it could be staged, but it sounds like a normal thing. Like if you are already kind of putting out the vibes that, like, not disrespectfully, but like people can tell when you're maybe wanting to move on in your career.
Again, I just wouldn't want a quitter video in my Google search forever.
To tell you the
That's
truth,
just me.
it almost sounded like the one guy was happy to hear the news.
Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah.
Oh, cool. We're going to fire you anyway.
We're going to be so
Made this a lot
sad.
easier.
Ha. I mean, we're going to be bound for
Now,
days.
there are some very famous
Oh, yes.
quittings done on either video or audio. Now, Rafe quit over a loudspeaker. There are a couple people at Walmart who had quit over loudspeakers.
Yeah.
Attention Walmart shoppers and associates. My name is Beth from Electronics. I've been working at Walmart for almost 5 years, and I can say that everyone here is overworked and underpaid. We're told that we're replaceable. This company treats their elderly associates like. To Jared, our store manager, you're a pervert. Greta and Kathy, I hope you can speak to your families the way you speak to us. Manage it, and this job, I quit.
Yep.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Jared, you're a pervert.
Jared,
That's
you're a
scorched
pervert.
earth.
Good for her.
Keeping it real.
That was pretty similar.
Okay,
I didn't say he was a pervert, but I definitely let people know what kind of person he was.
here's another one at Walmart.
Attention, all Walmart shoppers, associates, and managers. My name is Shauna from Cap 2, and I just want to come on here and say Henry is a racist, stinky prick. Giovanna is racist. Elias is a prick of a manager. This company fires black associates for no reason. This company treats their employees like especially Cap 2 and Jimmy from Sporting Goods, Joseph the cashier, Larry from Garden Center.
Larry.
You are all perverts. And I hope you don't talk to your daughters the way you talk to me. Shout out to Ariel. Love you for getting me this job a year ago when I needed it most. The managers, this company, this position, that big lazy Chris Price. I quit.
Oh, Chris Price.
I'm out.
I'm out.
Yo, who's that Cheryl that got the shout out? Cheryl's
Yeah.
yeah. They go, hey, shut up. Don't say my name, stupid. I'm trying to stay.
Shout out to Cheryl.
A lot of perverts working at Walmart.
There's Jared and Chris.
Yeah.
It sounds like, I feel like one of these girls heard the other girls.
And it's
They're about a year apart.
Pretty scripted. One felt like it followed the other script.
I must say,
No
though,
shout outs.
aside from the profanity that like they use, I think it like what an effective way to go. You know?
Scorched earth.
What's wrong with the
Scorched earth.
profanity?
Well, no, just for like the customer. Like I'm just thinking like I want these girls to be looked at for what they're saying, not focused on like the profanity. And sometimes when you use that, people start focusing, well, that's, my son was in
I'm
the Walmart.
focusing on Chris and Jared being perverts.
Right. Same.
Chris in the garden center, you're a pervert. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know. I kind of like that they're dropping some profanity. It's Walmart. It wouldn't be the first time.
This was a clever one. A guy quit his job and he brought a marching band with him.
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think this was at a hotel. So this guy quitting with a marching band.
Guys, what is this? Guys, all of you out right now.
Jared, I'm here to tell you that I'm...
So
And Jared can't catch a break in this segment.
So this guy goes up to the manager and he's got a band with him.
Okay.
So at the beginning is the manager going, get out of here.
Yeah,
What's happening?
Like marching band, not rock.
Guys, what is this? Guys, all of you out right now.
Jared, I'm here to tell you that I'm quitting.
Joey quits.
Joey, I thought they said Nolan.
That's great.
Oh, was it Nolan? I thought Joey.
I think it was
Joey Nolan
Joey.
just quit.
Joey Nolan. Maybe it was Joey Nolan.
Maybe they both. Shout out to Nolan.
Yeah,
Who got me this job.
That's how Nolan Ryan quit the Astros.
Yep. So he gets points for creativity there for sure.
I love that, dude. I've always dreamed of having like a Four Top style backup singers to quit a job. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Have a marching band in your back pocket to call. That's
Jared, you're a pervert. It's like just backing you up. Everything you say, be like, F you, Jared, you're a pervert. Jared likes to touch you. Just having them in the background, that would be awesome, dude. Can you imagine just like 4 really cool black dudes in like nice suits?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I would love it.
Boys to Men comes out of retirement.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
It's the end of the road.
Of the job.
Yeah, dude. Just put in just go in there and tell people what you think about them and then have somebody like reinforce the message.
And that's what this guy did.
Motown way. That'd be awesome.
I mean, this guy went the marching band route.
I like that.
But he definitely gets points for creativity.
For sure.
Now there is the reporter, the TV reporter, who quit during the broadcast.
Is this the one in Alaska?
Yes. This is the one who quit live on TV.
Now, everything you heard is why I, the actual owner of the Alaska Cannabis Club, will be dedicating all of my energy toward fighting for freedom and fairness, which begins with legalizing marijuana here in Alaska. And as for this job, well, not that I have a choice, but I quit.
Yeah.
All right, we apologize for that.
And we wish her luck in her future weed endeavors.
If I remember correctly, so she quits during the report. This is a reporter. I guess the president of the Alaska Cannabis Club, and she's going to focus all her efforts on legalizing marijuana in Alaska. So she, I quit, and they cut to the 2 anchors at the desk who are stunned.
Right.
Stunned. Let's listen to that again.
Not that I have a choice, but I quit.
I'm out.
All right, we apologize for that. We'll be right back. Pardon for us. Meanwhile, the Vote Yes on 2 campaign held a fundraiser last night with Gary Johnson.
Go to in the earpiece. Go to commercial. Go to commercial. Wait, no.
We don't have
we
it.
got another video package right now.
We don't have it.
Dang, dude.
And
meanwhile, 4 months later, it was legal, and she was looking for a job again.
Yeah. Meanwhile, probably the most famous.
Oh, the best.
The most famous quitting on air. And Lern, you've heard this. Scott, I know you've heard this.
The one that I feel is honestly the most genuine. If any of them have to, if there's a competition for genuine points, this one is Hall of Fame. You can't beat it. This is the Gretzky marks.
Really?
Oh yeah. This is the most famous radio quitting, I think, in the history of
it's on the radio.
Oh yeah.
This is in the voices. This voice right here is in the head of every DJ out there that's having a really bad day because of their bosses or whatever. This is their conscience speaking.
Yep.
Yeah, it's up there.
So this is a woman who's doing a music shift, and I think it's in Baton Rouge. I'm somewhere down south at a radio station down south.
I think she says it in the beginning.
Maybe. And her name she goes by Inetta the Mood Setter.
Yes.
Nice.
And she is not happy.
She sets the mood
She's
here, baby.
to set the mood. Inetta the Mood Setter.
Is there a Jared in this clip?
There's no Jared.
All right.
She does name check, I believe, a couple people, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't remember that.
But here is Inetta the Mood Setter coming out of a song, like as if she's doing a regular music shift on an urban station.
It's soundbite worthy. I mean, these soundbites are everywhere.
So she comes out of a song, she plugs the morning show, and then quits. Here's Inetta the Mood Setter.
The big station, 93 BLX. It is the Gulf Coast #1 for hip hop and R&B. And now with Ray and Miranda, the home team in the morning. Do it to it. What better song to do it to it? It's Inetta the Mood Set. And I told you I had a very important announcement, and here it is. I refuse to walk around and watch people on my job looking over my shoulder, people lying to me, people talking about me. It's ridiculous. It is sad. I can't take it. I'm not going to take it. I don't have to take it. I'm not a dummy. I know how to find another job. But I refuse to walk around people. You can say what you want to say about me. And if you see me on the street, I'll let you know whatever you want to know. But I refuse. For the last 6 years, I made $6 an hour. That ain't nothing. I just got a raise after 6 years. I know I'm qualified. And after saying this, I don't care if I ever get another job in radio, period. It does not matter to me. But Inetta will not be setting the mood at BLX no more. I refuse to walk around with people that'll speak to you. Hey, Inetta, how you doing? But then as soon as you walk by, that bitch, I will not do it to myself anymore. So if you're confused about what I'm saying, listen very carefully. I quit this bitch.
On the big station, 93 BLX.
Into a sweeper.
WBLX.
Into a sweeper.
Pensacola, Florida, and Mobile, Lower Alabama's #1 station.
I quit this bitch.
Is that like Gulf Shores area?
Yeah, it's the Gulf Coast.
Shores.
Serving the Gulf Coast for over 25 years.
That is so good.
I made $6.
Didn't you and Woody used to
hour.
have that as your outro?
Oh, yeah, I quit this bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, we tried to get in touch with her. People offered her jobs.
Good.
And I thought I read something not too long ago where she may have gotten herself in some kind of trouble with the law.
Bummer.
But, yeah, that is the most famous of all quittings. Live on the air. Inetta the Mood Setter, who will not be setting the mood anymore.
Yeah, you know, in radio, you have to. It always happens so fast. Like, you know, when people get fired because they don't want you to do something like that. So there's always it's always very swift. It's always a Friday. It's always after your show or before your show that you're fired.
Oh yeah, you're usually fired. Yeah, if you've been fired from a radio job, you don't usually get you do one last.
No.
One last.
Very rarely.
Very rarely.
Like, I mean, and there's been a lot of people, even in this building, who have moved on to different things, and management's been like, we trust that you won't light anything on fire.
That is super rare.
It is super rare, though. So anytime you hear a disc jockey who has gotten that opportunity, know that they are within good standings.
Yes.
And they're trusted to do that, because it is a rarity that
9 times out of 10, you'll be walked right out of the
escorted.
parking lot.
Yep.
We will get your stuff for you.
Yep.
You don't even have time to go back to your desk.
Right.
We will get your stuff. Mm-hmm. And we'll meet you in the parking lot.
Exactly.
They do that with sales here, too. Mm-hmm. With the sales department.
Well,
They walk you right out.
That's a little different.
Well, yeah, they don't want you grabbing files and stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
It's always swift.
Always swift. But Inetta the Mood Setter, that's why they also don't have, if you notice, studio doors, they don't have locks on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
Can't lock the door.
A couple reasons for that, too. We know those stories. There's been particular DJs that have locked that door and decided to play what they want to play.
Right.
Mm. Yes.
And these are the public airwaves. You can't take them hostage like that.
No.
So
Yeah, broadcast studio doors don't have locks.
Right.
That you could lock from the inside. But, yeah, Inetta the Mood Setter.
I'm trying
Where
to find
you
out.
at?
I'm trying to find out where she is right now, and I can't get
I don't know.
information.
I don't know
On her
if she's in-
Instagram right now.
how's she doing?
Midday soiree with Inetta the Mood Setter, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Central Time.
Oh, she's back on the air. When was that posted?
I mean, this was May 16th.
Oh, good for her.
Inspire You on Air. I can't tell if it's like an internet on-air situation or if she's actually on airwaves, but she's still broadcasting somewhere.
Oh, so that's nice to hear.
Yeah.
Great.
And that was
doing her
back
thing.
that was back at 06 when she refused to set the mood anymore. That's nice to see. Nice to see that she landed on her feet.
Yeah, continued.
continued on.
And you know what? Like, I feel like radio personalities, you have to have a bit of an edge to where you're not afraid to speak your mind. Otherwise, why would you do this?
Sure.
And so she's right in that vein of an air personality for sure.
I know Moon was talking about him quitting Kmart because, he had his, ear stretchers in. What do you call those gauges?
Yeah, well, yeah, I had some, I had stretched, I used the taper and stretched it and put in some, I think I had a 4 or a 2 plug in there.
I don't know. Is it the smaller the number, the bigger the...
Yes, yeah.
The bigger the hole?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was trying to get, I think I got down to zeros.
Yeah.
Or
You have
maybe,
itty-bitty little earlobes, though.
well, thank you.
Yeah, you really
I don't know if
stretch
that's a
them.
compliment.
They closed up, that's for sure.
I got big old doughy ear.
Well,
This one closed up to, I can still fit a pencil through this one. This is the one that I stretched at Kmart.
I had an 8-gauge needle
Blah.
pop my ears to get them started.
Oh,
So they will
man.
never go back. So whenever I wear dangly earrings, they're always droopy.
I started at the 16 or the
dangle
18.
for real.
Whatever it was.
I dangle for real.
Yeah, like Rizz, when you go to Claire's and you get it's like
the gun.
That's like a 16 or an 18 or something. It's just a little poke.
Yeah, you
So
get
an
the gun.
8 gauge is out.
Yeah, so when you're getting down to 4, I'm basically just crushing up my cartilage here. I'm just destroying the thing. And then this guy was like, "You got to take that out, son." I was like, "No, I can't do it."
Well, when my wife pierced the top of my ear,
Yeah.
like the cartilage up on the top
She
of my
got
ear.
to do that for you? Wow. Dude,
it was gnarly. And
that's hardcore.
You hear
the crunch.
Yeah, that's a big crunch.
You hear the pop when it goes through that. That's not
Did she have a gun?
No.
How'd she do it? Just
needle and ice.
No, don't do that.
dang.
Oh, we did it. We did it. And it got infected.
Done been done.
Worth
It
it.
got infected.
I did that with my belly button. I let my friend Megs pierce my belly button when I was like
Really?
15. What an idiot. We're down in my mom's basement. Here, sterilize it on the candle. Okay, great. Put that needle, the sewing needle, through my skin on my belly.
Oh, yeah.
Idiots.
Top or bottom?
No.
Top. Big
Yeah,
top.
we had, sterilize the needle on the stove till it's glowing red hot.
Yeah.
Good enough.
Yikes, man.
Let's go into the bathroom to
It's a
go.
Saturday.
Ear shit. Yeah.
How big was the Playboy Bunny belly button ring in the 90s?
Oh, my God.
My God.
It was the hottest thing ever.
Holy moly.
Hot
That
pink.
was that and the little Playboy Bunny sticker when girls would go tan.
Oh, yeah.
Like on their hip.
They're
To
giving
show
us
you
all
like how
the-
tan they'd got.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You remember that?
I bring it up because yesterday was, I forgot to mention
Exciting
yesterday.
times.
Yesterday was International Body Piercing Day. So,
We forgot to talk about it.
I forgot to
What
mention
have you
that
had to
yesterday.
pierced? What's your body pierced?
Just my 2 ears and my
Cartilage?
cartilage,
Uh-oh.
which was
I had septum.
horrible.
Had the Godsmack middle of the lip chick.
Oh,
Really?
That had that in
Labret?
for like a labrae. Or not, labrae's down here. This was like literally right underneath my bottom lip.
Oh.
Had a nose ring, and they all lasted for like 24 hours because the lip was so you couldn't eat. And I couldn't sleep. I'm a belly sleeper. I was like, this is absurd. My college roommate and I went and got our lips pierced. I took mine out after 48 hours.
And you don't have the hole?
I have like a little
Nice.
itty
Oh, I
bitty
just remember-
scar.
I still got the labret hole. I mean, big.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
if I clean
What?
shave, you see it
Labret,
right
it's
here.
like down right, like in between your lip and your chin.
right there.
It's like a
But you had
Prince
to-
That
Albert
was hot,
for your-
dude.
Moon,
Back in
didn't
the
you have a
day.
good
lip.
size one?
Yeah.
I had a standard size. I don't know what the heck it was, 10 or 12 or something like that. But I remember I had it for years, dude, years. And there's probably some old band photos with it. And it was pretty normal. I didn't think about it too much. And not a bad healing process, nothing. And then I was at the dentist, and the dentist goes, "What the hell is this, man?" And I said, "Oh, it's a labret piercing or whatever." And he goes, "Look what it's done to your gums. It had worn my gums off of the bottom of my teeth." And I go, "Oh, shoot! If I take that out, how long does that take to come back?" And he goes, "Never. It's gone.
God.
You've
It's
ruined
done.
it." And I was like, "Oh, okay." Took it out. I took it out right then. I was like, "I don't want to make it worse."
Well, I just remember after getting the cartilage, pierced and rolling over on my side, you hit that, your ear hits the pillow and it's
Yeah, man.
wake you up and then it started to swell and there was like a little ball, like
A scar tissue?
no, it was like whatever infection.
Oh, God.
Ew, man. Come on.
Oh,
Sounds
this
awesome.
was a bad idea.
Again.
Guys, does it look cool?
Again, we as teenagers, all of us, I'm not talking to you teenagers now, I'm talking about all of us, we make strange decisions,
Yeah.
poor decisions.
Oh, I
It's
just
okay.
remember going to my room and going, look, all right.
I couldn't get to Iron Age fast enough to get my septum pierced.
Did you go full bull ring?
I did the one where you
Or
could
the-
flip it up, so it had like it wasn't
Horseshoe.
like a horseshoe, And because my parents were really adamant about not having facial piercings on my face. And so you could flip up that septum where you couldn't see it.
Oh, you couldn't see it?
And so, but man, they take that, they pull your septum down and they stab through, and your eyes immediately start watering.
I don't like this.
And then you feel like you got boogers in your nose for the rest of your time you got it in there.
And how long did you have it in for?
Not very long. Probably like a week or two.
Was it pain?
It was just so painful. Anytime you touch the ball of your nose, I mean, it just, so painful.
Did it look cool?
Awful.
It looked cool. How cool I look right now. It looked really cool.
What else? Your eyebrow?
No, never went
I was
eyebrow.
going to say, that's the face destroyer, at least
Wasn't that the one that people were getting like droopy eyes from?
Yeah, it's really? A lot of my buddies had that.
It's like a nerve in your eye. Some people got like eyebrow piercings, I think, and they went like full Forrest Whitaker.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a
droopy eye, huh?
I know a couple guys that still have something.
Look cool.
No, dude.
How cool I look right now.
You look like Ghost Dog.
Dude, there was this dude in high school that had a few of them, and he always had the heavy ones. And I swear, not only was he kind of like drooping then because of the weight, but after he took them out, he looked different.
Yeah.
Oh, it never came back, huh?
Something was different.
You have to get
Almost
a
like there's
forehead lift.
consequences for your actions. Or
What?
something.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, it's weird.
I don't like that.
I mean, the tongue ring was the one I never understood because I'm like, what? Marlon was roasting Darnell when he came in here for being the last black guy with the tongue ring.
And Darnell is the guy from Helium who brings
guy.
the comics. Yeah, great guy who brings the comics to when they visit.
That's like saying, like, I got a tattoo. Where is it? It's on the inside of my eyelids. Only I can see it. I'm like, okay. Did it hurt? Oh, hurt like hell.
Or the tattoo on your lip. You have to pull your lip open.
We had an old intern.
We had an intern that did that.
Oh, yeah. 9, right?
Yeah, 9.
Yeah,
He tattooed 9 on the inside of his lip.
That's actually kind of cool.
I saw a funny TikTok the other day about the girl from 2010 who's got a mustache on her finger.
Oh,
Remember when that was a
for the
big
joke?
And she's like, and then people it started to wear on people pretty quickly. And I was like, I knew like 5 people that got that tattoo. 5 girls that had like little mustaches on their fingers.
Yeah, then I got to regret that.
No.
I mean, it's whatever, but
Yeah, but that skin is so weird and like thin, it doesn't hold that stuff very well. So typically, I mean, you can
Fades.
get good ones. It fades, so then you just look like you have dirty hands all the time.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like the joke is right at the first maybe year or two.
Yeah. You get 4 months out of this.
Amanda on instant feedback says, my tongue ring eroded away the gum on the back of my bottom tooth. This was early 2000s. Eventually had to get a root canal on that tooth. Then recently had the tooth pulled. Now I have braces.
Yeah, man, don't play with your mouth. I'm
That
telling you.
sounds good.
Just
Well,
from my LeBray thing, like, don't
worth
play
it.
with your mouth.
Not that I thought of doing it, but a tongue ring, for somebody who wants to go into broadcasting.
Oh, yeah.
Clink, clink, clink.
yeah.
Clink, 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 clink.
Why do something that would affect your speech?
And also, was it so
Welcome to
sexually
the Rizz
arousing?
Show.
Like, was that, because that was always the thing, like, oh, he's got a tongue ring.
Or she's got a tongue ring.
She's got a tongue ring.
You just sound like this. Hey, it's the Rizz Show.
Well, no, you have that
Welcome
weird.
back.
You
You're
have that
listening to The
weird.
Point.
You have that weird lisp too.
Yeah, dude. That's why I don't. My front
clink.
teeth need. We didn't have money for orthodontics, and my front teeth overlap a little bit.
Your teeth look straight.
Well,
Let's see those. Do it.
Well,
Yeah, they look
see
you have
here,
good-
this tooth kind of comes out over the
Yeah.
other one.
Yeah, for
Can't
no
tell.
orthodontic work.
For no
got
orthodontic
lucky.
work, I'm lucky. But I wanted to get that fixed, and the guy's like, braces for like 2 years as an adult. And I'm like, in comedy? No. You think I'm going... And then radio, too. Like, okay, what's up, guys?
Yeah.
It's early morning. And just like the whole... So I guess I'm just not going to do it. Maybe I'll do some Invisalign.
I
or
did. That's what I did. I
Yeah,
did that
Invis.
2 years ago.
I
Invisalign,
might give
or as
you-
I like to call it, Invisalign.
In with
Yeah. Branding. I like it. Anybody here get their junk pierced?
No.
Let's talk
Nah.
about it.
Let's
Had
talk
a-
about
had
it,
a couple
Scott.
buddies.
Yeah, of course. That was like the only one I have.
I can't believe in this room, out of 5 people, nobody, did you consider it?
No.
That was a
way.
huge thing back in the day.
Getting my clitoris pierced? No.
Well, I don't know necessarily.
Well, call
That
it
was
a
your
hood
choice.
piercing.
I just said anywhere. It could have been your labia. It could have been, anywhere. It could have been,
Yeah, no thanks.
Well, yeah, I think if it's
could have
messing
been
up your,
your.
mouth.
What
it
about
could
nipple
do.
piercings?
It's a
Anybody in
risk
the nips?
reward thing.
Jeff did. It lasted
Jeff
a
did.
week.
I would get a nipple
Was it a
piercing.
punishment? Or
Yes,
did he?
Yes,
it was
yeah, yeah,
punishment.
yeah. Oh,
But
okay,
he liked it.
I would,
He
but
did.
like,
Oh, but he liked it.
man, it has to hurt so
It fell
bad.
out.
You know what?
He did it in studio.
I've known
Oh.
a couple guys to get the Prince Albert and nipple tattoos, and everyone that had the nipple tattoo said it was far worse. Said the nipple was worse than the
Ugh.
Yeah.
and the Prince
Oh,
Albert
the
thing.
nipple piercing, not nipple tattoo.
Oh, what did I say? Tattoo.
Nipple
Sorry.
tattoo.
Sorry.
No, Scott and I have nipple tattoos.
Sorry.
Yeah, we
Nipple
got
piercing.
nipple
Everybody
tattoos.
said the nipple piercing is worse. Although the dudes that had the Prince Albert, the one guy that took it out was always bummed because he always had to hold the second hole when he went to the bathroom. Yeah, because it would
Well, in America,
It would whistle.
Damn.
in America, it's called the Dick Cheney. Actually, a lot of people don't know that.
I'm afraid, like, I don't know if
That's
like I
funny.
would have met a guy who had a Prince Albert if that would have been a turn on for me because I would be afraid it would get like stuck. Like, especially if you have an IUD or something. There's like a string that hangs down. And you're like, what are we doing as a
You get
girl?
things tangled.
Yeah. All these visuals.
no.
These are bad visuals. Bad.
I don't know. I would think, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, like,
It's a risk reward thing.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
you
why
know,
the important
Why
spot?
risk anything
risk it?
going wrong there?
Tell me more about your life. I'd like to make an assessment.
I had a friend that had like 6 piercings
Down there?
on his wang.
On his, like up
Like the under.
Oh yeah.
Like almost
up
was like
the,
a little rope ladder.
yeah,
going
like
up.
the
Like
ladder.
little barbells.
Oh.
Barbells from the bottom to the top. And I was just like, why, man? Because it's cool.
But sometimes
Yeah.
Cool.
it sometimes
I was
looks like an addiction of some sort.
I can see that. I mean, there was like weird body modification happening in the 90s when. I mean, you can watch those videos of the dude like turned himself into a lizard.
Yeah.
And, like the
Put
implants under the
implants
skin.
in
And
the
all
like,
that stuff.
give himself horns.
I mean, if that's what. I guess if that's like what you want, go for it. It's your body. But it's
The
like,
worst is the splitting of the tongue.
No, dude, that's wild.
Oh yeah,
That's not a thing anymore, right?
Gnarly.
I don't know. I've seen some folks with it. I've seen some younger folks with it.
Man.
One of my best buds
That's
has
dangerous.
the implants. What do you call those? Is it
Dermals?
implant?
I think they call them dermals?
It's like a thing like right here, and he screws it in.
Dermal sounds like a cute 90s Saturday morning
what I'm saying?
cartoon.
You're talking.
Oh, the
yeah,
dermals.
like it's a
What are
thing
those
that goes
dermals up to?
inside.
Yeah, it's like a rhinestone. I need to pay attention more, but it's like a rhinestone or something, and
I
it's
think
just
it's
on
Like a
his
Frankenstein thing?
It's just on his face. You know what I mean? So like it screws into something that he had implanted underneath.
Man, when you get that done, you are all in.
Yeah,
You are all in
I'll
to
have to
get
ask-
that done.
I'll have to ask him about it.
Is that your buddy Brian?
Yeah, he's got one, right? He's got the thing.
I'm trying
Yeah.
to remember his face.
Yeah,
I saw him at Sonic
you just hung
Rhinestone.
out with him.
Yeah, he does.
Is it a rhinestone or something? Or
Yeah, it's like a little silver thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but
it's
his
not.
stuff looks. He's in the music industry.
Yeah, he looks
like
great.
He fits in.
He
It does
looks
match
great.
his style.
But sometimes you see the guys do it up above their scalp line for horns, and they put like the big old studs in there.
Oh,
Can you imagine
Like,
hitting your
those are
head
much
with
bigger.
that? That's gonna hurt so
man.
I
bad.
just can't imagine the first couple weeks or months with that in.
Painful.
Painful.
In your indoor soccer league, everyone hates you. You pop the ball every time you headbutt it.
Brian,
Like, how long does that take to like actually feel okay after that's done?
he's in Spain right now, so he's up. He's probably listening.
Spain.
Spain.
Buenos dias.
This headline out of Ohio: a McDonald's customer did not have a Happy Meal after she found a nose ring inside her quarter pounder.
Damn. No wonder they're last on the list.
The woman, who asked to remain anonymous, said that she picked up food for herself, her boyfriend, and her 3-year-old niece from the fast food restaurant. Once home, she unpacked a burger, began to eat it. After a couple bites, she decided to wipe away some excess mayonnaise, and when she did, the jewelry fell out of the sandwich.
Oh God.
Quote, "We were just eating, and there was so much mayo and lettuce, I took my fry to go wipe the side of it off, and I heard this plop in the box. It was a nose ring."
Ronald.
Ronald.
Oh, bud.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a picture of what she found, and it's nasty.
Dude, that would turn my stomach so fast.
Would you still go back to McDonald's?
No.
No. And okay, so you want to talk about body modification. We talked about this a couple weeks ago, where people are going to get taller. Like people are going
stretching
through
the leg bone.
these cosmetic surgeries. to
Breaking their
get-
legs and stretching
Right.
the legs.
Well, there is a story. It's a guy who went to Turkey, the country of Turkey, to go get this procedure done. $80,000. And he's now 7 inches taller.
Oh,
7.
7 inches.
You were talking like 2 to 3, I believe, and that was certainly not worth it.
This is
7
is
inches.
a confirmed 7 inches taller. He's a 27-year-old former Navy medic, 5'5". He went from 5'5" to 6 feet tall. $80,000. He wanted to become, quote, the best version of himself.
Okay. I haven't changed my mind on it necessarily just because of the, again, risk versus reward. But I've never been a 5. Well, I haven't been a 5'5".
5'5". I mean, if you see somebody 5'.
I was gonna say I haven't been a 5'5" man since sophomore year or whatever, but that is a dramatic difference. 5'5" to 6
To
foot.
6 foot?
My
Absolutely.
My male friends that
6'1".
that are 5'5" and lower, they do have to live a different life, for sure, 100%.
How tall you Learn?
5'3".
5'3". I mean, 5'5" is short.
That
I mean,
that's
for a guy,
short.
it's short.
And getting up to 6 foot that is life changing. So I'm kind of, I don't know.
He was, he always knew he was smaller. He was insecure about his height. He says he wanted to become the best version mentally, spiritually, and physically. And for me, that included height. So it all started in December. He went to Turkey. He underwent his first surgery, his first of 6 surgeries in Turkey. And he said he had the surgery in Turkey because it was more affordable and they offered aftercare. So there's a company out there called Live Life Taller. And they have a rehab center out there. So they break the bones in your legs, and they put a rod in it, and they turn a key every day for 90 days to grow the bone.
Isn't it sad that
Femur too, right?
Yeah.
we've come this far? Like, instead of just embracing like our body, like now we have to be tall, we have to be skinny. Like, we have such body dysmorphia as a human race that like this is where we're at with our body evolving. Like, I mean, and I'm just speaking for myself. I know everybody's different, but like, I'm 5'3". I'm cool, man. It's cool. I'm a curvy little petite little thing.
Maybe it's different for women.
But men too. Like, it's okay if you're shorter. My husband is not the tallest guy in the world. Everybody in here is not that tall. Like, and hey, we're doing all
Speak
right.
for yourself, please.
I feel like
I'm 6'1".
I feel like we got
listeners
it
out there.
This is sad.
I want to
This
get lumped
guy's
in with all these
okay, except for Rafe.
munchkins.
I'm a tall 5'4".
I get like wanting to do it, but nothing is.
But why would you want to do it? Because of the societal
worth
pressures.
the pain.
Right.
I don't get it. Yeah.
80 grand and you are trying to become, you think that you're not okay and great just as you are. Like, how tall was this guy?
Maybe he does.
5'5".
Maybe he does. Maybe he loves himself. He's just like, hey, this is going to present me some more opportunities. Because I mean, the world is the world.
Like you said, the risk reward. If you have healthy legs, healthy bones, all that stuff, is it worth going in there and doing this, potentially never getting to walk again or have any kind of...
And Josh brings up a good point on the instant feedback. So now you have longer legs, but it doesn't... It's disproportionate with your body.
Yeah, I was trying to find some pictures to see if
You
he
look
looks
like Avatar, dude.
There's a German model who, I guess she got that done, and her legs are really, really long. She still has a tiny torso, and it looks kind of
Well, so here's the question. Since he's got the surgery, how's he doing with the ladies?
Okay.
Well, here he is.
Actually, now the women that I've come across have been much different than the women I had before.
What do you mean different kinds of women?
The class of women I met before the surgery were not necessarily on the same level as the class of women I'm meeting now. As far as what they do, their occupation, overall appearance, those things.
Interesting. So you think you've pulled badder women since you've gained some height?
I don't think I know.
Pulling hot chicks now.
I absolutely know for a fact.
Interesting. Okay, let's keep it pushing.
That's just confidence.
That's just confidence. Come on, man. Are
It
you
is.
serious? Are you serious? You think our buddy,
Dude.
you think our buddy who's 5'3" isn't confident? First of all, the dude has been complimented, if you know what I'm saying, many, many times in a particular area. But the guy's like 5'3" or 5'4". You telling me because of his lack of confidence, a 6-foot gal's not going to date him?
Yeah.
Wrong.
Well,
you guys are
he said
wrong.
class.
Bro,
How can you try to fight the planet?
You can
This
give me
is
an anecdotal story.
anecdotal.
He said
You have
class.
a guy?
No,
He didn't say height, he said
let's go
class.
ahead. Let's get 100 guys that are under 5'5", and let's ask them about their
And
experience.
ask a 6'1" woman
Yeah.
Will she date a
what her
5'5"
preference
guy?
would be.
Okay, right now, of course, everybody's going to cutesy and try to fall into the societal pressure of loving everybody for whatever reasons or all that kind of stuff. But come on, you cannot be serious to think that a
But he didn't say
5'5"
anything
guy.
about her height. He said their class. He said he's get a different class of woman. So he's
okay.
That's different than the height. Like he's
Talking
just
about
saying the
hot
class.
girls.
Yeah.
With
But I
daddy
guarantee it's because he's more confident, so now he
shoes.
feels bold to go talk to the stunning lady sitting there at the
Oh,
bar.
sure, that's going to be a factor.
Now,
but I think
okay,
you guys
maybe
are
it's confidence.
totally.
Maybe it's confidence booster, but yeah, I'm sure.
Man, you guys,
all women
you guys are crazy.
will
to think
not
that that's
date
okay to say.
At,
What's okay?
short
to say?
at that height, at the 6 foot height, I don't, you know, I don't know. I don't see.
What do we argue? What do we argue?
Let me say this.
I lost the thread. What's your point you're making? Moon?
You guys are saying like, oh, he's only pulling something different or a different type or class of person because he's now confident.
Oh, no, it's because he's taller.
He's tall.
Because he's taller.
Well, he was arguing that it's because he's now more confident.
Well, maybe
no.
maybe
I'm
that's
on the
a
same
little
page as you.
into it.
It's because he got taller.
Because he got taller.
That's an additional tone
Well,
here.
it's all collective. So, like, yeah, if you feel good about yourself and you're exuding confidence, that's a sexy thing. Partner that with, oh, this guy's in my height range that I, as a society,
90% height, 10% confidence.
Yep.
I just looked at a photo.
Can we agree with that?
Yeah, our buddy who's 5'4", talented as heck, great
Most
singer,
confident guy.
stacked as this guy is the full package. It took him so long to get anybody to look. I mean, we would go places. He's one of the better looking guys in the group. No women would pay him mind. It just wouldn't happen, and it was sad to see it. It was like those are the facts.
And conversely, I got at least a baker's dozen of doughy-bodied 6'5" and above friends who pull hot girls with basically no personality. They just walk into a bar and tower above everyone, and next thing I know, I turn around and they're talking to a girl at the bar, and they didn't approach her. And it's like, and they don't even dress up. They're wearing like long
Bathrobes.
like a long flannel shirt and like a hat and a puka, like they're not even trying. They don't even fix their hair before.
And
they
because they're over 6 foot, whatever.
you always see like tall dudes are always punching above their weight.
Now, what about on the opposite end? Tall women.
Right.
Oh, dude,
Tall women have a hard
similar
time.
struggle.
Yes.
Similar struggle. We've known some really gorgeous, tall, super tall gals that are like always bummed because it's so much harder for them to find somebody.
Yeah.
Because people just like.
But again, this is what you're not understanding is like every viewpoint that we're having about tall and being confident and being hotter and pulling cooler women or whatever, that is all systemic of a society idea that has been chiseled into us because of models and Hollywood and hunks and all this crap. You take away that, why? Because my husband's a perfect example of this. Tim is 5'7", 5'8", I don't know how tall he is. I asked him, if I were 6'2", same personality, how I am, would you want to date me? And he said no. Okay.
Good on him for being honest.
So, and I said, well, why? Like, I thought it's all, I genuinely think this man said, she's smaller than me and she's pretty spunky and fantastic. I'm going to marry her up. If I would have been 6'2", I would probably still be single right now.
This is not a new problem, though. This is not a new thing. Remember earlier this week we were talking about back in Roman times, having a large penis was frowned upon.
Exactly.
Yeah. It is systemic.
And I'm glad that's changed.
That's how we work. That's how our species work. So, like, fighting against it is kind of strange. But, like, I mean, I understand, like, shifting it because it does shift.
It does
and
shift.
it should be in the conversation at all times.
Well,
But,
I think the height thing should stay the same right now.
If this guy, by the way, this guy that went to Turkey, if he isn't walking around with Skilo's I wish in his head at all times, I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller.
I wish I had a girl who looked good, I would call her.
It's the man's theme song.
Yeah. I like
Great
both.
song.
I'm a spectrum guy, I think. I like pocket gals and I like them big, tall gals, too.
Fun size, baby.
I like the kind I can put in my pocket, and I like the kind that can hold my hand and help me cross the street.
Yep.
And I got to look up at her. That doesn't bother me at all. I want to.
Easy thing for you to say at 6'1" with a long-term partner.
Listen, taste shift.
Tina's
You can
smaller.
check my records, buddy. I'm all over this place.
Hey, you can check my records too. My wife's an inch taller than me.
Yeah, taste shift.
But I think that there's also a systemic, not necessarily, beauty and makeup culture with the tall thing. Because I think there's something like there's a latent, something about girls like being picked up by their dads that like, I think you're attracted to someone taller than you.
Yeah, I want to climb up on somebody. If I'm just being completely real.
Yeah.
Like,
Wow.
and I climb all over Tim, even though we're almost the same size.
If you had
Something going on there, dude.
If you had just met, and did Tim ask you this when you asked him, like if you had just met Tim and he was 4'11", would you have been interested in dating him?
Oh, yeah. How about that?
Oh, how about that?
No,
Let me think. Let me think about that. If he's exactly the same as he is, and
4'11",
4'11", itty bitty little thing.
3'6".
I mean, you know him now. I mean, what about when you first?
Right. No, I mean,
First
no.
met.
No, I probably not. I mean, here's what I want. I want somebody who's
And that's
bigger
not
than me.
that's not the gotcha.
There you go.
It
Right.
was not a gotcha. I'm just saying, like, did you guys have the conversation reversed? Because,
No,
like,
'cause
totally understandable, right?
He didn't even think about that. He's like, oh, it would have been dating. He probably knew the answer, you know? No, to me, because I am so small, I want somebody he's a little bit bigger than me. So
Yeah.
that makes me feel good.
You guys are a good height match.
Yeah, we're great. I don't have to like be on my tippy toes to make out with him. And I like that.
Yeah. But
my
you
wife
had, you
is
had
5'4".
You had the pick of the litter. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, you could, no offense, you could do whatever you want.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
Good on you.
Thanks, guys.
Good on you. All right, we got to take a break.
Which is a compliment.
Yeah.
Right.
Like the biggest compliment.
Girls hold all the cards anyway. We know that.
Right.
We hold all the
Thanks,
cards.
buddy.
Yeah, I'm betting on a deuce. If we're playing a game of, like, what's that poker game where you put the card on your head?
Yeah.
I got a 2 up there, and I'm constantly going all in on it.
Love that.
Team Rizz Remember the Day is brought to you by Hot Shots, proud sponsor of Team Rizz. Visit hotshotsnet.com/Team Rizz. From Cape Girardeau, Adam Topping is our Team Rizz. And by the way,
Treat yourself.
it's also Adam's birthday. Hey, what a gift.
Now, if you're in Cape,
What
Adam,
a gift.
go out to Taco John's there in Cape. Treat yourself. It's your birthday and your Team Rizz Member of the Day.
What a bargain.
Adam discovered the Rizz Show back in 2017. Has been hooked ever since. He tells his coworkers about the show often and has also made a great deal of them fans too. Well, thank you, Adam, for being a Rizz evangelist. Appreciates the hard work that the show provides for the listeners, entertaining segments and games that are played daily. Well, thank you, Adam. Adam Topping, the birthday boy, is our Team Rizz Member of the Day. Get super sweet Team Rizz Member of the Day soccer jersey. Get yourself signed up 1057thepoint.com/Team Rizz. All right, we will take our first break of the morning. Come back with some news. It is 7:15 Thursday. Traffic and weather, Moon coming at you.
Traffic brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. There's still a lot of racing left in 2023 at WWT Raceway. IndyCar returns August 26th and 27th. Get your tickets now. Right lane blocked due to debris, 44 westbound just after Arsenal. We also have a lane blocked due to a stalled vehicle 55 northbound at Potomac. And on the southern 270 side, we got a shoulder block due to a crash. So 55 southbound at 255. Your point forecast, the chance of storms is relatively low today, but any storms that do develop could be severe. It is hot as heck.
This is a swamp ass alert.
High of 101, low of 79. Right now it is something. I don't know.
It is 84.
Let me find out. Yeah,
It is something.
It is. Sure is
my
something.
screen is blocked. Sorry.
84 according to Fox.
And your point forecast is brought to you by CarX Tire and Auto.
All right, welcome back to the program. Phone number 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. The Mick Ultra Studio Cams, 1057thepoint.com/Rizz, the socials at RIZZ Show. Your emails, RizzShow1057thepoint.com. Send us your instant feedback through the 1057 The Point mobile app. Craigslist Freak of the Week coming up. Do that in just a little bit. 3 brand new freaks for you to vote on. Listen, vote, see which one of the which one of these ads will move on to the next round of the Freak of the Year playoffs. Also, if we got time, we'll play Matchup with Moon.
Yeah.
Give away some fabulous prizes. Our buddy Chris Blair is going to be stopping by. Chris Blair is the Executive VP and General Manager over Worldwide Technology Raceway. Going to chat for a couple minutes about this coming weekend's Night of Fire and Thunder.
Yes.
The Night of Fire and Thunder.
Final book.
Over at the racetrack. We're talking a 2-night extravaganza of speed and thrills. So we'll get all the details on that. Dude, I didn't know about this this skate laborious skate park.
Yeah, it's so cool. Was so cool.
Was so cool, yeah. And this is I'm watching this on Channel 2. Crews respond to fire at Skate Laborious Skate Park.
No. It's a bummer.
St. Louis City firefighters battle a huge fire overnight at an old North City Catholic church that was turned into an indoor skate park. The fire was so intense that embers spread to a building 2 blocks away.
Wow. Nobody was hurt, luckily, but it's completely destroyed.
Oh, my gosh.
Hogan
that's
and
such a
North
bummer.
Market Streets.
That was like a one of those destination places here.
Yeah.
I guess I'm not in that world, so I don't.
That's not
I
your
never even
scene?
heard of this place. Not my scene.
I had a couple of friends. Guy used to work here with us, Drake, who would skate there all the time, and he'd post all these amazing videos of it, he and his boys just there, just doing tricks, and the inside was so neat.
That's a damn
bummer.
shame.
Yeah.
So it was the old St. Laborious on Hogan and North Market Street, and they said that it's gutted. I mean, it's
Oh yeah,
It's almost total
they were
loss.
just showing some aerial views of it, and it's gone.
crews got the call around 10:45 last night. Fire grew quickly into 4 alarms, with many crews responding to the scene. Yeah, I mean, very large building, embers blowing everywhere. I guess they're not talking about a cause yet.
What a bummer.
What a bummer, dude. Everybody, like nobody was hurt.
Nobody was hurt.
Nobody was hurt.
Okay.
Nobody was hurt. Yeah, they were worried about the fire spreading to other nearby buildings because it's so dry, and those embers were just blowing everywhere. So, man, that's a shame.
Yeah, it is.
Skate Laborious. And how long has that been open for?
A few years.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of years.
A couple of years. So they took all the
religious things
religious
were
stuff
gone.
out, and they just turned it into just a big.
Yeah.
It's a huge building.
Massive
Yeah.
building. I mean, it had stained glass and everything in it still. So and I believe Rafe was saying that there were music videos shot there. So
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think there's been a few. It was kind of like a punk rock destination. I think there were concerts there sometimes too.
they
I
had
could be
dinners there
wrong.
too. Like I feel like I've seen somebody cater that place and have like a reception of some kind or
Just
an event.
dropping in with a sub sandwich.
Hell yeah.
I mean, it seems like a natural fit for like a rock band music video.
Oh, yeah.
Skate
Old
park in a
church.
church.
Yeah.
Kidding me? Emo kid's dream.
Well, yeah. The good news is they do have the fire under control. It doesn't seem like anybody was injured, but man, it's a total loss, and that's a bummer for the whole skating community. Or if you frequented that place, or even just an old cool looking building's gone.
Yeah.
How about that?
Well,
That
it's just
aspect
that's a cool landmark that we won't get back.
Yeah.
That was like a cool. When people would come to St. Louis and be like, "What's not touristy?" I'd be like, "Go check this place out." And now that's gone. That
That's
sucks.
gone. All right, let's do some news.
Oh, yeah. We gonna do some news.
And your news being sponsored by.
Martin Jetco Heating and Air Conditioning, more reliable than your news source.
So we touched upon this the other day, but I think it's worth repeating. The worst time to travel over the holiday weekend is tomorrow. Now, they never say the worst time to travel is 3 a.m. on Wednesday. It's always when you want to hit the road. Mm-hmm. So AAA, they released some projections on holiday traffic patterns, and if you could avoid tomorrow afternoon, that would probably be best. Tomorrow is expected to be the busiest time on the roads, especially between 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. The roads will also be jammed Saturday at 1 p.m., midday on Tuesday and the 4th of July. Yeah, Tuesday the 4th of July and late Wednesday afternoon. I'll say that again. Worst times. Tomorrow between 10 and 5. Saturday at 1 o'clock, midday on Tuesday the 4th, and late Wednesday afternoon. The best times to hit the road, generally very early and very late, although AAA does not expect Sunday or Monday to be any different than usual. Overall, an estimated 50.7 million Americans will travel 50 miles or more this weekend. 43.2 million will drive to their destination, especially with the price of gas being down so much from last year. An estimated 4.2 million will fly, and 3.4 million will travel by bus, cruise, or train. No estimate for submersibles. Let's hope that's zero.
Yeah.
Let's hope that's zero, Rafe.
Oh my gosh. My brother and sister-in-law were in Hawaii during the submersible incident, and they took a submarine with their kids down to see a shipwreck, like that's a tour thing. And she didn't tell any of us in the family chat that was happening
Oh,
while
wow.
this others. And then after the fact, when they got home and everybody was all right, I was like, are you serious? Like the grandparents would have been a mess.
No, because
Watching that.
the safest time to do something is
Right
when
after an accident.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, back to you.
I know my wife went skydiving once when she was a teenager and didn't tell her mother until after,
I
how we did it.
I bet you that sister, the checkers, the tour guides and all that, they were just
High alert.
yeah. I mean, like wide-eyed, like, hey, just so everyone knows,
Yeah,
this
we're
is
cool
how
here.
many
This is
things
okay.
we've done today to
Yeah.
check.
We
to
have an
make sure.
actual Xbox controller, not a generic one.
The skydiving thing, that's what Tim and I did. We didn't tell our parents.
Yeah,
we
you
were
don't tell your
jumping out.
parents until after you're safely on the ground.
Well, those are different too. We did one in Cozumel, and it's a sub, dude. It's like a decommissioned It's tight.
Right.
There's a guy driving up front. There's a dude with like a pilot stick. It looks legit. It's like getting in an airplane.
When you're not going down that deep.
Yeah, you're
Instead of going up, you're going down.
Well, you're not going down 30,000 meters. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
you going 100 feet?
Yeah, I think the max dive, I think we were like 110 feet, maybe 150.
Yeah, listen, maybe
It was
people
cool.
think twice about it now.
We saw a shipwreck and a coral reef and everything. It was
Well, they
neat.
take on a tour.
Could you feel the pressure in your ears or anything? Like, did they pop
I
and
might have
stuff?
popped my ears like once, but it's a pressurized cabin, so.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I could.
So, we had a story a couple weeks ago about the average age of cars on the road now. It's like 13 years, right? 13 point something years
Yeah.
old. Like the average age of a car. So cars are lasting longer, right?
I hope.
With the technology out there. Well, J.D. Power?
And associates?
J.D. Power and Associates, a firm that conducts like customer surveys for, the automotive industry, financial services, healthcare. Well, J.D. Power's latest study has found a troubling trend in new car quality. It is trending downward. So looking at the number of problems per 100 cars, there's been an increase in issues. There were found to be 12 more problems per 100 vehicles this year than last year. And what's to blame? It's what your dad always said. Just more stuff to
More
break.
stuff to break.
Yep. Tech.
Tech. It's more stuff to break.
Yep.
But is that decommissioning vehicles or is it just busting
It's just
up
people
windows?
bringing them in.
Oh, okay. Well,
It's just
then-
people
Is it
bringing your
recalls?
cars in.
Is it based on any recalls?
well, good for the service industry then.
Technology and dashboard systems seems to be the biggest issue, but others include like poor sounding horns, even cup holders that have no purpose.
Poor sounding horns.
Yeah.
Man, I haven't heard my horn.
Also, there have been nearly 30 major vehicle recalls in the U.S. so far this year. That's a lot.
Wait, say that
30
again.
major vehicle recalls in the U.S. this
Wow.
year
For what?
for various things.
But major things. He's saying 30 major
30
ones.
major ones. There's
Sometimes
just
you see those minor ones. Like I used to get things in the mail all the time for a car that I had. I still get mail for cars that I don't have anymore. But it'll be like, hey, there's a recall on this thing. You want to take it back to the dealer? They got to fix your something or other that you've never even used or never knew was there. Or
Honda just issued a big recall for 1.2 million cars over faulty backup cameras.
Whoops.
And I forgot which company, but there was a SUV that they said don't park in your garage till we can figure out the recall on it.
What?
They're catching on fire. I mean, but
Oh.
is
Catching
it
on
also
fire.
because they're better
While
at
sitting?
catching this stuff now? Is that why this looks like there's more problems? Because they're better at catching it to fix it for us?
I don't know. I'm of the more stuff to break.
Yeah, my friend's a mechanic, one of my best friends who's kept my Jeep alive for 20 plus years, and he's like, he says the same thing. He's like, they are intentionally making these things unserviceable unless you take it in.
The biggest racket.
It's a racket.
The biggest racket
All
is
the electronics, all that. He said the lane sensors. He's like, those things. There's so much new technology, and new technology comes with growing pains. Of like, he goes, when those lane sensors goes bad, you got to bring it in, have it diagnosed, have it replaced, then have it recalibrated. He's like, that's thousands of dollars.
Well, yeah, the reason is because it's not just a lane sensor anymore. If it was just a lane sensor and it went out, I'd be like, oh, okay, cool. Well, I got
don't need
7
the
years out of
steering,
lane.
yeah.
Now it's hooked into the steering system. It's hooked into the auto braking system.
Yep.
It's hooked in all these things that are going to kill you if it. I mean, I'm not
the
saying
biggest
it's gonna
kick
kill
in the
you,
nuts is your check engine light goes on. You bring it to your buddy who's a mechanic, and he goes, I can't diagnose this because the dealership has the only thing that could plug into the car.
Well, that's the annoying part of the consumer.
That's the biggest
Dude,
kick to the nuts.
What would change the whole landscape of all of this stuff and probably bum out the service industry is instead of having a circle, like right now there's an orange thing on the dash that comes up every once in a while. And I think it's transmission. I don't know what the hell this is. It's a shape. It's a shape. It's a ridiculous, weird
It's
shape.
like a circle with the squigglies.
Yeah, so if I have lane
take
sensors.
out the manual.
If I have lane sensors on this thing and it tells me when I'm going over the white line and then breaks it for me and then turns, how about a little digital display that says your something or other is going wrong and you got 60 days to fix it before you're really in trouble? That's all I need. Just a number and an item.
Yeah.
Tell me what it is. That's all. Where's that tech?
I had that light show up down. We were in Southern Illinois at some wineries, and I had all my Hoosier uncles with me. And my TLX is a
why don't you pop
2017.
the hood?
Dude, so my car just stopped. Like it was stuck. The steering wheel wouldn't move. I didn't know what was going on. Uncle John to the rescue, pops the hood, unplugged something, plugged it back in. I think he blew on something, and that thing turned on.
Boom.
And because I was like calling AAA, I was calling around. It was a Sunday. There were no repair shops open, and the people I did get to talk to were like, "Well, we don't got anything down here to fix that TLX." And so Uncle John to the rescue.
He IT departmented. He power cycled it.
Nintendo blow on a fuse, and he got it going.
Plugged it back into your car works.
Yeah.
You haven't touched it since?
Nope.
Get out.
Whoa. Call Uncle John, man. He'll fix your problem.
Show me the
and
plug.
he'll come to you no matter where
Where
you
is
are.
that plug?
You're in Vegas. He's on an airplane.
Some of the things don't make sense either, like some of the lights that come on. I mean, the gas light kind of looks like an android threatening to kill itself. You know, it's like R2D2, don't do it. And then like the tire pressure thing. Once the tire pressure light comes on, it ain't ever going off in your car.
Yeah.
It looks like a flattened tire.
Yeah,
right?
Tina's
Just
like,
the
my
bottom of it?
lantern light came on. And I go, what? She's like, the lantern, whatever the lantern thing is. And I was like, what are you talking about? It's like the oil light. You know, the oil can. And she's like, oh, the teapot came on.
The teapot.
What? Yeah.
Love her.
That's the genie lamp.
Yeah, the genie lamp.
The
came
genie
on.
lamp's on.
Ron
Take a
Williams
wish.
is coming
Do I
out.
need that?
I wish it didn't. I wish it would go off.
Is that important?
Some of it works. Like they have the technology. Because my Jeep just beeped this morning. The Wrangler just goes boom, and I was like, "What the heck is that?" I looked down and it says, "It said oil change required."
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
the
you.
Jeeps do that.
If you can do that,
Yeah.
do the rest of it.
So, okay, we've all seen the way people drive on the roads, and some people are reckless.
No.
Some people don't know how to drive. It's Thunderdome out there sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So now let's put people in the sky with their cars.
Exactly.
That's going to work out well. Could flying cars actually be a thing soon? Well, one just got approved for testing by the FAA for the first time ever. A company called Aleph is behind it. People are excited because it takes off vertically like a helicopter. That means you wouldn't need a long stretch of road to use as a runway. You could take off in the middle of a traffic jam, fly past traffic, and then land and keep driving. It also looks like a car.
Yeah.
So it's not just a helicopter. They're calling a car, and they unveiled their Model A prototype last fall. They've been taking pre-orders. They're expected to cost around $300,000. Even with that price tag, a bunch of people have already put down deposits. You could get in line for $150 or skip the line and join their priority queue for $1,500. Now, it's going to be a while before we see them on the roads or above the roads. They're only approved for test flights right now, so the FAA gets to decide when and where those tests can happen. But they had an artist rendering of what it's going to look like when these things are fully approved.
Mm-hmm.
It's wild.
And it's over like the Golden Gate Bridge. So you got cars, regular cars, and you have like a sky lane above the bridge. Wild.
It's going to be awesome.
How do you think that law enforcement there will be a special type of, law enforcement that will be able to, police those vehicles? Because, like, let's say you're getting pulled over and it's just a normal car or, a cop on a motorcycle, and you're like, you hit a button, you're like, bah, 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 and then you go up and then you can escape your arrest.
This is Skyway Patrol, baby.
This is a terrible
Escape
idea.
your arrest.
This is a bad idea.
This is a terrible idea.
We don't need people in the sky.
But this is this is just the evolution of stupidity for humans.
How many accidents are going to happen and then cars are going to fall on houses?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
Bad idea.
Hey, man,
we can't even drive down here.
You want one, though.
We're already passing out licenses like coupons to Bed Bath & Beyond. So, let's just put people on the air, dude. Just let them do it. I mean, come on now.
This is the evolution.
Dude, look at this.
I'm in for this
I
one.
found a list, 64 of the lights that come up on your dash. And I wanted to just give you a quiz right here. Look at number 24. Look at number 24. What do you think that means?
That's there's a grenade in my trunk.
That's kind of what it looks like. It's a circle with like a little grenade.
grenade
There's an
thing.
X over the grenade and then parentheses around the
I have
circle.
no idea. What is that?
I would assume it's like, oh, that's a broken cigarette lighter, right?
Right.
Let's go back down to 24. Now, that's brake lights warning. That's a big one.
gosh.
I should know what that is. Look at this one. Now, you've seen this a lot.
Yeah, that's a defrost the back
That's a
window.
defrost.
That
The
is,
front
yeah.
window.
But basically, it looks like wind is coming into a theater,
Right.
doesn't it? And
Things
then
are heating up.
This is the lantern
That's the oil.
one that Tina was talking about. It does look like Aladdin's lantern. being
That's
run.
the traction controls off number 60. 59 as the trunk's open.
Okay, what's this? What's 26?
That's
You
a
just
snake
ran
in my
over a
lock.
sperm.
Yeah.
I think number 29 is your pork steaks ready to be flipped.
That's right.
there.
29, the pork steak is the catalytic converter warning.
well,
you should
I'm
be used to
wrong
that
about
one.
that one.
Tweet this out, Moon.
Tweet
from
that
us,
out.
because
26
that's
is
interesting.
trailer tow hitch warning. But that looks like, Yeah, that looks like a snake. A lock ran over a snake.
Number 49 is what you and I were talking about, the circle with the squigglies, the ABS.
49.
The automatic brake.
The analog braking
Yeah,
system.
yeah.
43 looks like a robot's trying to pinch your ass or something. What's going on with that one?
43, that's a wrench.
30 looks like there's a ghost in the back seat.
What's it mean? It's just a wrench.
Yeah, 43. Let's see. What does that mean?
It's a
if you see a
fault
wrench,
problem.
that's a fault.
Whatever
What
that
is that?
Okay.
Hey,
Problem.
Just to wind down this the car talk here. So catalytic converters are the thing that thieves are stealing.
Yes.
50's a full bladder.
But there is a new hot item that thieves are now
Go
jacking.
on. What is it?
Side view mirrors.
You bastard.
Side view mirrors are the new thing. It's a thing in Virginia. Thieves in Virginia have been stealing side view mirrors from cars on the street, and not the whole mirror with the cover and frame, just the glass itself.
You turds.
Why?
Which is being
Why?
carefully removed from the assembly. They don't know. It's unclear what the motive is. Some people speculate there's a market for them on the black market for car parts. But unlike catalytic converters, mirrors aren't worth that much, and there are different sizes for many, makes and models. Also, the thieves have taken mirrors from both sides, but they seem to prefer the ones on the driver's side for some reason.
Well, those are the ones you probably use the most.
But that seems to be a new trend in
Dang it.
thieves stealing things from your car. Now, good news for your 4th of July cookout. It is more affordable than last year. Families can expect to pay $67.73 for a party of 10. That's down 3% from last year's record high, according to the American Farm Bureau Federation. So if you want to cook for a party of 10, average $67.73. That includes 12 staple items: hamburger buns, beef and potato salad. We're up in price this year. Chicken breast, lemonade, and chocolate chip cookies saw price drops. This year's cookout cost is the second highest on record, following last year's record-setting number of almost $70 for a party of 10. But they've been doing the survey since 2013.
Mm-hmm.
But doesn't that seem real cheap for a party of 10? $67?
You're
Sounds
buying
great.
some good stuff, I bet.
I guess if you're just getting the bare minimum stuff.
Speaking of bare minimum, we got some hot dog buns the other day, not knowing that they were pre-split down the top.
Huh?
And man,
Oh, top split?
that's the way to do it.
What are
Is
you
that
talking-
Chicago style, does top split?
What are we talking about?
So we got
Top
a
of the bun.
hot dog bun, and it looks like a hot dog bun.
Yes.
Like the cheap,
Normally it opens from the
cheap
side.
ones.
Yeah, normally it opens from the
and
side.
it is
Top
cut
split.
is perfectly cut down the middle, and you just put on on the top.
Oh.
Down the middle on the top.
So you got a
the
good
side.
flat bottom.
So yeah. So we did. My wife was doing like chicken Phillies. So she put all the chicken Philly stuff in the center of a hot dog bun like that. We didn't buy it on purpose, knowing that. We thought
Right.
something was wrong, and then pull it out and put that stuff in it. And holy cow, guys, that's the way to do it.
Had no idea.
Because then it's less mess. Whether you're doing ketchup and mustard or whatever, when you set it down, let's say you're not doing it all in one hunk, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you set it down, there's no mess, there's no spill, there's no nothing.
Yeah,
Nothing's
isn't that
coming out the
Chicago
sides.
style? Chicago style, I believe they're top split buns.
Had
It's
no
called top
idea.
split buns.
Top split. Yeah, I don't even know if it said it on the bag. It was a surprise for the whole family. And everybody was
I
like,
kinda
what is
like
this?
Kind of like this.
We loved it.
Anybody here Costco members?
See?
Sadly, no.
We are a Costco house.
Yeah, we are.
First it was Netflix. Now Costco is cracking down on people sharing memberships.
And you know what? Costco members are very giving. I had a couple offer us their Costco membership the other day.
Well, most locations check your card and photo ID at the register, but you could get around that by using self-checkout.
They've been a little over the top there lately because you walk and they'll just, hey, can I see your card? See if your ID's on there.
Well,
Even the self-checkouts.
It's
You're just like,
the
come
new
on now.
now
initiative.
it's a self-checkout thing. So
It's a new
listen,
initiative to stop that.
That's great.
They have somebody at the door normally where you have to show you, but they don't
Yeah.
care. I mean, they're not really checking. But
This is both places or just Costco?
Costco specifically now. I'm just talking about Costco,
Okay.
not Sam's Club. But at the register, if you have somebody checking you out, your photo's your ID, your Costco ID's got to match your payment.
Supposed to, yeah.
But the self-checkout was the way to get around that. Now, nope. You still swipe a membership card, but they usually don't check. Costco says they're going to have attendants asking for shoppers' membership cards and photo IDs at the self-checkout registers, as well as the regular checkout lanes. Costco says it's about fairness. Quote, we don't feel it's right that non-members receive the same benefits and pricing as our members. A standard Costco membership is $60 a year, which breaks down to $5 a month. And there's been talk about that fee going up, but they haven't raised the price since 2017. A member could bring 2 guests whenever they shop, but the primary cardholder needs to be there. And I don't know if Costco is going to start closing other loopholes like gas. Most locations only require a card at the pumps and don't cross-check the ID. So it's possible to just borrow a friend or family member's card for gas, but I don't know if they're going to start cracking down on that. But there you go. That's your news. And now you know everything.
Thank you.
Exactly.
There's nothing else.
Nope.
Nothing else going on.
Feels good.
That's the stuff you need to know.
Pepperidge Farms top sliced white hot dog buns just in time for your celebrations this weekend.
Yummy.
Top split buns. That's
Welcome
aboard.
It's weird. It's a change. And change is hard.
Change is all right, though.
But
Sometimes
it's
they're the better.
pretty good, dude.
I'm interested.
You get to set it down and just go, look at that. Nothing moved, nothing changed. Just how I like it.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back, and Lern is going to read us 3 brand new Craigslist Freak of the Week ads. So you guys in the Rizz Show chat room, you know what you got to do. You got to name these freaks. You can also throw your name suggestions to us through the instant feedback or on our social medias. But Lern's going to read the ads. We'll name them. And then when Lern is done reading the third and final ad, you will vote on your favorite Freak of the Week ad. You can do that through our Twitter, at Rizzuto Show. And we'll see which one of these new ads will make it to the next round of the Freak of the Year playoffs. All right, we'll take a quick break. Come back. Craigslist Freak of the Week. It is 7:49 Thursday. Another look at your traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. There's still a lot of racing left in 2023 at WWT Raceway. IndyCar returns August 26th and 27th. Get those tickets now. We have a lane blocked due to debris 44 eastbound at Jameson, and then that lane is still blocked due to a stalled vehicle 55 northbound at Potomac. Your point forecast chance of storms is relatively low today, but any storms that do develop could be severe. Hot as heck. High of 101, low of 79. Right now it's 81 at the Point Studio. Your point forecast is brought to you by CarX Tire and Auto.
I was we tweeted out, are your buns top sliced or nah? And somebody wrote, how exciting.
That's what I like.
That's it. How exciting.
The show's got it all.
All right. Stay there. So Donnie Fandango's 28-hour radiothon begins at 10 o'clock today.
Yes.
10 o'clock today rolls through 2 o'clock tomorrow, all to benefit the Ronald McDonald House Charities of St. Louis. It's Donnie's final radiothon. And, we want you guys to dig deep and donate. $35 for a song request, $135 for a business plug on the air. And again, it all goes to a great cause. Donnie's also selling T-shirts, limited edition shirt, bunch of different styles, all to benefit and support Ronald McDonald House Charities of St. Louis. All the details at 1057thepoint.com. But that's always a fun broadcast for us tomorrow. Because we're just playing songs, having a good time, maybe do a couple segments.
Cool.
See how much money we can raise.
And Donnie's in here, which is great.
Donnie's in here, Delirious Donnie, which is always fun.
Yes.
That's 10 o'clock today, Donnie Fandango's final 28-hour radiothon. All right, time now for the Craigslist Freak of the Week. So we go from talking about the best society has to offer to the worst. So again, we are in Canada. A lot of freaks up there in Canada these past couple weeks. So 3 brand new ads. Lern is going to read the ads for us. You guys in the chat room will name the freaks. And then you'll vote for your favorite freak via Twitter at Rizzuto Show. One of these ads moving on to the next round of the Freak of the Year playoffs. So shall we get started?
Yes.
Scott, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's do this. Craigslist Freak of the Week. Ad number 1, Lern coming at you.
Man seeking pregnant woman, 53 years old, Halifax. Baby bump and looking to hump. This is exactly what it sounds like. I am only aroused by pregnant people, preferably 6 months or higher, as this is when you will definitely be showing. Expecting mothers do it for me. I lose control when I see a woman giving off that motherly glow as she waddles towards me with her large round belly. The bigger, the better. And heavy knockers filled with milk. Baby isn't the only one that wants a bottle. If I can put my hands on your swollen tummy and feel the baby kicking, that will really set me up for next level pleasure and excitement. Hearing this, you may be thinking I'm a weirdo who gets off on what's considered taboo, and maybe that's partially true. But after years of therapy, I realized I was the oldest sibling, and I lovingly watched my mommy prepare to deliver my younger sister, and that manifested into a fetish for me. At least it isn't full-on Oedipus complex. It's just a dude who thinks all pregos are his cup of tea. But if you look like my mom, that's not a deal breaker. In fact, it's a bonus. She had brown hair and blue eyes, so feel free to send pics. After we have sex, we can pretend the baby is mine. I can keep a secret. The real daddy doesn't need to know.
Wow.
Gosh.
Yeah, that ending.
Holy crow.
That ending.
Daddy
this
doesn't need to know.
This is just a guy who is looking for a pregnant woman to hang out and have sex with.
But normally
That's his thing.
it's husbands, that are into this or attracted to their wives even more. But this is somebody who wants somebody else's baby, who doesn't, he wants to pretend to be the father.
It sounds like he kind of wants to be his mom, too.
There's a lot going on.
He doth protest too much. I don't want you to be... But if you do look like my mom, feel free to send pics. And he gave a description of her.
And then wants to pretend that the baby is his. There is a lot of therapy here that needs to happen.
Hey, at least he went to therapy.
That's
Sure.
good.
Did he continue on with there?
It seems like he figured it out and became okay with it.
I'm thinking he probably went to a session or two, and that was it. We're done here. We're good here. Man seeking pregnant woman. All right, names for this particular gentleman.
All right, we got Pragmatics.
Okay.
Good.
We got Forrest Hump, Forrest Bump, Connor McPrager,
pretty
Pregory Peck,
Pretty good,
Preg
too.
Berube.
Preg Allman.
Yeah, we could go on. I like Preg Berube just because the Blues are in the news right now. We just had the draft.
Yeah. All right. Preg Berube. That's the...
I think we've used Connor McPrager before.
Sounds like we have. That's a great name, but
they are all
Preg
good.
Berube in honor of our
Coach.
our Blues coach, the head honcho, the chief. All right, Preg Berube.
There we go.
Okay. All right, there you go. Ad number 1, Preg Berube. On to ad number 2, Lern, coming at you.
I want to be a bad boy. Man for man, 68, Toronto. I've been a good guy my whole life. I've always stayed within the limits of the law, but now I'm getting into my third act of life, looking back with some regrets. I don't want to really break any laws, but boy, do I want to feel like I have. One of my dirtiest fantasies involves being tackled and arrested for something bad that I've done. Yes, this will be role-playing, but I really want to feel the panic and shame of doing something wrong, getting caught, and then paying the price. Let's pretend you just caught me shoplifting. Check my pockets. Oh no, better cuff me and get me down. Maybe you won't like all the terrible things I'm saying to you as you push my face into the ground. Turn me over and whoops, I just spit in your face. Pull that spit hood over my head. You probably need to make sure I don't have, that I can't move very much. Once I'm chained up to the bedpost, go ahead and have your way with me. Looks like this bad boy needs a full cavity search. My body will be a scavenger hunt like you've never seen. There's a surprise waiting for you up there. If you're a current or former law enforcement officer, that would be the best. But as long as you have a cop uniform, I will take anyone. We can take this as far as you want. I want to make this last act of living some of the spiciest ever. So bring that energy. I have a huge nightstick. It's perfect.
All right.
Wow.
I mean, this is your typical Craigslist role playing. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The fact that this man is almost 70 years old.
Right.
It's impressive. I love it.
And that he can still fall down and
Not break a hip.
Smash
job,
your
bud.
face into the ground.
Yeah, he wants it all.
way to go.
He wants it all. I'm not enjoying the description of the full body cavity search, though, but
What's up there?
I don't know. Surprise.
Surprise.
What is up there?
You tell me.
It's your watch. Wow. How'd you
How'd that
do
get up there?
I actually did steal it.
Surprise.
My body would be a scavenger hunt like you've never seen. Yeah, I do appreciate this guy is 68 years old. And, yeah, the role-playing thing. Love it. Names.
Well, a lot of people are trying to stick with the hockey theme, like Badomir Tarasenko. Let's see, we got Regret Hull, Payne Gretzky. But here's a couple. Thief Erickson, Jimmy Fallon, Mr. Meaner.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty.
Mr.
That's
Meaner's
pretty good. That's pretty good.
Good job.
Mr. That's
man.
hey, great job, guys. That's a good one.
Should we spell it like that, Mr. Meaner?
Meanor. Yeah, sure.
That's awesome.
That is good.
Mr. Meaner.
Well done.
And finally, the third Craigslist Freak of the Week ad, Lern, coming at you.
I want to be your Superman, man for woman, 52 years old, Toronto. I'm an incel, but not for long. I had an encounter when I was young, but haven't been very active sexually since. My parents just passed, so I now have the house to myself, and I have a very particular interest in superheroes. My favorite, of course, is Superman. He is the best and the realest. If you're at all interested in being with a superhero, I'm your guy. I've got to be upfront. I am not the real Superman. I am Superman-like. Long ago, while dreaming, I was transported by a spirit to a distant part of the universe where I met Jor-El long before Krypton's destruction. As you know, he was the inventor before siring Kal-El, and the man you know as the real Superman. Jor-El gave me great knowledge and imparted his wisdom unto me and showed me how to harness the natural powers of Krypton and his experiments without having to be a descendant of the mighty seed like Kal-El. I can't fly yet, but I am the mightiest super lover you have ever experienced. Your mind will be blown after being with me. You may even forgot how good I am after your night with me. Come to my house and enjoy my pure sexual cosmic powers. Put Lois in the subject and make sure you are hydrated.
Okay.
This person is
Looney Tunes.
Looney.
This is
Nicolas Cage, I think. Just say it's you, Nick. This might be the guy that used to walk around Delmar. Remember the Delmar Superman idiot?
Oh, yeah, we met him.
Yeah, he's super nice.
Yeah, nice guy. This could be him.
Yeah, we
He
met.
lives
had
in
that,
Toronto
He
now?
had that curl.
He had a good curl.
He had that good curl.
Didn't he like stop a robbery or something and they wouldn't let him come down there anymore? Didn't something happen with him?
Something.
Oh, we met him a couple times. He was
Yeah, he was out in front of the Cardinals games.
Yeah, out in front of Bush. Okay, so this is a guy, he just wants to make it clear he is not the real Superman, but he's Superman-like. Jor-El gave him the knowledge. Gave him the knowledge, and
He can't fly yet.
he's a super guy in bed. Be hydrated.
Is he?
Is
this a super guy in bed?
Probably not.
I mean, I am not aroused at all.
I don't understand. I am not. I am an incel, but not for very long. I don't understand what is an incel.
And what happened to his parents?
And-
They're both dead?
Involuntary celibate.
Yeah, it means somebody that hasn't had sex and
Means
it's
he
not-
want it.
Like he wants it, but like
can't
no one
get
would
it.
be with him.
Oh.
Which is why.
And I guess people online consider themselves incel as well if they're like there's a community that's kind of misogynistic and a little on the fringy there.
Oh, somebody said Clark can't.
Yeah, Clark Kent. That's a good one.
I love it.
Dude, there's a lot of them.
I mean,
Here, I'll go through the list.
God, beat Clark Kent.
We'll start with the bad guys. We got Sex Luthor. We got General Bod, which is funny. Let's go over to the good guys, but the actors. Christopher Sleaze. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Peen Kane.
somebody says it's a perv, it's a freak, it's Superman.
Yeah, Duperman. And then I think Clark Bent. Clark Bent is pretty good. You tell me, man.
Oh, Clark Kent is. I mean,
Clark Kent? Okay. All right. Let's
Yeah.
do it.
Is there anyone? Somebody can override me on that one.
No, I like it.
All right.
First one out of the gate, I didn't hear one that dethroned it.
Clark Kent. All right, there are your three freaks. Voting now open. You've got Craig Berube.
Craig Berube is he's a guy that wants a pregnant gal. He's super aroused. He doesn't have an Oedipus complex, but it sounds like he does for sure. And if he you know what? I don't even want to bother with this one because I think it's winning.
And so yeah,
I think it's winning.
He'd like for you to look like his mother.
This guy wants you to look like his mom. Wants to get you pregnant. Have his mom's kid. The whole thing is very very strange. Prepare to deliver my younger sister.
Pretend that the kid is yours. There's a whole bunch of really
the sentences are all over
weird
the place
stuff in here. Then you got Mr. Meaner.
Mr. Meaner is a guy. He wants to be a bad boy. He's been a good boy his whole life. It's a lot of role playing stuff. He wants you to pretend that you caught him shoplifting, check his pockets, and you better cuff him and get him down. Do the full cavity search.
Almost 70 years old, wants to do this whole role play thing about him being a bad boy. And then you just heard from Clark Kent.
Clark Kent is a guy who has all the powers from Superman in a dream, and he's going to give those powers to you, even though he hasn't done it in many decades.
Okay. Lern?
Yeah, that's Craig Berube, who I'm voting for. That is just out of this world.
You're endorsing Craig Berube.
That's just so freaky. I don't like the daddy doesn't need to know. I'm kind of worried about the baby. To be honest, I'm freaked out.
Rafe?
I don't know, man. What's the second one?
The second one was Mr. Meaner.
Yeah, that's the role play guy.
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty it was run-of-the-mill, but also very specific. Also, there's just something when the old guys get involved for me. But yeah, I guess the pregnant one had a lot going on. So we'll do Craig Berube, coach of the St. Louis Blues.
All right, so it's funny with the Superman one. Don't forget that line of "You may not. I'm so good, you may not remember." You may not remember our session the next day.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
Like that's Men in Black. He's got the little
interesting little thing there.
Oh,
yeah.
That's interesting. It's going to knock you over the head. I mean, what's going on?
Right.
That's second place to.
Or is he just know he's going to be bad, and he's like, you won't remember how good it was. You're going to think
maybe.
You're going to think that I was faster than a speeding bullet, but I actually.
Or is he giving you a kryptonite drink?
That's could be.
I don't know, but the fact that Craig Berube wants you to look like his mom, and at the same time, let's pretend the baby is mine.
Mm-hmm.
That is another level of.
The chat is saying
creepiness.
Clark Kent is the freakiest. But I don't know about.
Well, what do you think?
I think after you said that, Clark Kent he closes the gap a little bit.
Oh yeah, he's in the running.
But I think Craig Berube has this one. I just think there's so much going on, and how do you start there? How do you get there? I don't know.
Scott?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with keep it and honor our coach here. Let's go, Craig. I like the guy. I think he's up to something wonderful there.
All right, Craig Berube, Mr. Meaner, or Clark Kent. It's up to you guys. If you missed Lern reading any of the ads, it'll be up there on the podcast when that gets delivered to wherever you get podcasts, including Spotify
and YouTube.
Oh, and YouTube. You can go back and listen to or watch
YouTube
older episodes or the whole thing if you missed the live broadcast.
Mm-hmm. Man. It's a good round.
It's going to be interesting to see the results tomorrow. That's the Craigslist Freak of the Week. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, quick break. We'll come back and the fun continues with the Crampon Celebrities. It is 8:15. It's Thursday. Another look at your traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. There's still a lot of racing left in 2023 at WWT Raceway. IndyCar returns August 26th and 27th. Get those tickets now. Lane closed due to a stalled vehicle 270 northbound at Doherty Ferry. We also have a lane blocked due to debris on the road 44 eastbound at Jameson. Your point forecast, the chance of storms is relatively low today, but any storms that do develop could be severe. Hot as heck. High of 101, low of 79. Right now it is 81 at the Point Studio. Your point forecast is brought to you by CarX Tire and Auto.
This is a Swamp Ass Alert.
All right, Lern, what do you got for us?
Pete Davidson is in rehab. Madonna is out of the ICU, and somebody new has started the fire.
All right, we got that. We got your crappy birthdays. We got the porno birthday. All that and more next in your Crap on Celebrity. Stay there. Hey, the Pork Steak Army needs you to design a logo.
Yes.
Yes.
So submit your Pork Steak Army logo ideas. Go to 1057thepoint.com/Rizz. Right there on the home, first thing you see is where you submit.
Yes. I've been getting a lot of emails saying
Don't
people
email us.
couldn't find. Don't email it to me. I mean, I like to see them, but make sure some of these are really good. I want to make sure they're getting in the official contest because whoever wins is going to come in studio and be christened as the first official Officers Candidate School graduate of the Pork Steak Army.
amazing.
The first lieutenant, the butter bar, and the Pork Steak Army. You're going to come in studio, be sworn in, be honored.
Wow.
Yeah.
And brought into the fold.
Yeah.
And trust me, there's a big event coming up. You're going to want to be part of this. So
Yeah, and as the first officer, I mean, maybe you'll play a big role
it's very possible you could.
in that big event. So, yeah, send in your Pork Steak Army logo ideas. 1057thepoint.com/Rizz. Get in the contest. And, yeah, don't email us, please.
There's been some good ones.
There's been some good ones, but please officially submit.
Yeah. And it's okay if you email me to show it to me, but make sure that you're going through that portal.
Yeah, that's important. All right, today is June 29th. Back in the day, 67 years ago, 1956, Elvis appeared on Steve Allen's variety show. Does anyone remember this famous appearance of his? He was dressed in a tux. Elvis was forced to sing Hound Dog to a basset hound sitting on a stool.
I don't remember that.
Awesome.
Was it adorable?
It was pathetic.
Oh.
It was pathetic looking. 56 years ago, 1967, Jane Mansfield was killed when the car she was riding in slammed in the back of a semi-tractor trailer. She was 34. Her daughter and two sons were in the back seat of the car. They were fine, only minor injuries. Her daughter is Mariska Hargitay from Law & Order SVU. And if you ever notice on the back of a truck, there is that bar at the bottom. I believe that's known as the Mansfield bar because
Really?
because of this particular accident. Wow. Because her car went under the back of the truck, and they say she was decapitated because the truck, she went underneath the truck. But
you're talking
there's
about semis.
Yeah. Like a semi.
So look, like this thing that's hanging down.
So the car can't go under the truck.
Yeah.
I think they call that a Mansfield bar.
Interesting.
Wow.
45 years ago, 1978, Bob Crane from Hogan's Heroes was found bludgeoned to death with a camera tripod in Scottsdale, Arizona. He was 49. This story is wild. If you ever want to go down a rabbit hole of this conspiracy, Bob Crane from Hogan's Heroes.
Good movie.
He had sunk deep into the underground amateur porn business, and his murder is still unsolved.
Whoa.
Yeah, Hogan's Heroes was a huge show, and this was a big star.
Mm-hmm.
And if you could Google like the crime scene photos, it's gnarly, but that's a weird rabbit hole to go down, trying to figure out what happened to him. 35 years ago, 1988, Eddie Murphy's Coming to America hit theaters.
The best.
33 years ago, 1990, a major league record was set when two no-hitters were pitched on the same night by two different pitchers in two different leagues. The Oakland A's, Dave Stewart, and the L.A. Dodgers, Fernando Valenzuela. He had no-hit the Cardinals that day.
The A's were involved in another no-hitter. I'll have that in sports.
21 years ago, 2002, Nelly's Hot and Her hit number one. 20 years ago, 2003, Katharine Hepburn, one of the greatest screen legends of Hollywood's golden era, died of natural causes at 96. Congratulations.
Yeah.
16 years ago, 2007, the very first iPhone went on sale.
Oh, man.
Changed the world.
You remember seeing the iPhone for the first time? Like, I remember my boss at Casey, Tony Boozy Cruz, like, Emmis bought a bunch of people iPhones. And he brought it in, and I was so weirded out because there were no buttons.
It's a game changer.
It was.
The world changed today, 16 years ago.
Yeah, I was one of those BlackBerry guys, and I was like, "How do
I
need my keyboard?"
Yeah.
It had only 4 gigs of storage and a 3.5-inch screen. Cost $4.99. And 14 years ago, in 2009, Bernie Madoff sentenced to 150 years in a U.S. maximum prison for conducting a massive Ponzi scheme. And that's what happened back in the day. All right, time to find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment with your Crap on Celebrities.
And it's brought to you by Bright House Plumbing. Call the best, flush the rest, brighthouseco.com, 636-600-0188. Pete Davidson has entered rehab due to his recent struggles with his mental health. He suffers from borderline personality disorder as well as PTSD. And, you know, he's been in the news a lot over the last few months. He was dating Kim Kardashian. They broke up. That was really public. And then there was the PETA spat that he got into because, you know, he didn't adopt a dog from a shelter. Instead, he found a breeder and got his mom a dog. PETA lost their mind, and then he sent that pretty bad voicemail to the leader at PETA. And so his girlfriend is by his side. His friends and family are taking this really seriously. He also was charged this month with 1 count of reckless driving after smashing his car into a Beverly Hills home. So this is for the best that Pete Davidson is going to rehab. Madonna's celebration tour has been postponed after the iconic singer developed a severe infection. She was hospitalized in the ICU. She is improving. Full recovery is expected. But her manager came forward and said her daughter's next to her and that she was found unresponsive over the weekend.
Yeah. Whoa. It's a bacterial infection.
Right.
Huh.
Interesting.
Yeah, so she's on the mend?
She's on the mend.
She'll make it?
She's at home, full recovery expected, but that tour is being postponed. Date's going to be made up at a later
I'd
time.
read she was on a ventilator?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Really?
Scary, man.
Yeah.
Like, I guess it was in her lungs? Bacterial infection in your lungs?
I don't know. When they put you on the ventilator,
That is no good.
No bueno, as Polo would say.
Guns N' Roses are firing back at critics who hated their Glastonbury set. There were a couple of critics that said, things like, from the moment GNR arrived with uncharacteristic punctuality, they represent everything that is dated, raucous, indulgent, and macho that Glastonbury has rejected since its inception. Another critic added, guitarist Slash and bassist Duff McKagan still look the part of grizzled rockers who only function at night, but Axl Rose just looks weird, like an aging small-town hairdresser who has been working too hard at the gym. The real problem, though, is his voice. Now,
Savage.
For real.
Wow.
A rep for Guns N' Roses came forward and says, Axl was in top form last night. We have dug deep into the matter, and it appears that the broadcast had issues being played on certain TVs like UHDs. And that was unfortunate because the mix played through those TVs sounded so poorly. However, it was not the band's fault, but rather the BBC's.
Well, listen, Axl doesn't sound like he did, back in the day. It's still,
Dude.
Maybe not, but dude, for a band, I mean, think about what a show is, what it really is. You're going there, even if they're playing tracks these days or whatever, you're going there for an experience. It's loud. You can feel it in your chest. It's unlike anything else. That's part of what the band is delivering for you.
Oh, yeah.
And when you pump it through a TV, the band, it's just a lose-lose for a band. Mm-hmm. It's a lose-lose. Live to your TV. Sucks.
And you know what's wild is you look at Axl Rose there, he kind of looks like a young Kathy Bates.
I mean, listen, you go
Is
to
this the cowboy hat performance?
I don't know. He's kind of got like a weird kind of hairstyle.
He's got Kathy Bates hairdo.
He looks
from
like a hairstyle.
Misery.
He does look. He looks like hairstyles. But you're going to a Guns N' Roses show to see Slash and Duff and Axl.
Yeah, to breathe the same air
and to sing the song. Sing along with the songs that you know and love. I can't wait for the Busch Stadium show.
Me too.
I am.
I got tickets.
Super stoked.
But you know what
I
I'm
will
saying?
tell you this, I saw-
aging Guns N' Roses through a
they're in their
TV. What
50s.
are you thinking you're going to
Although
get?
I did watch. So poor Queens of the Stone Age. Played Glastonbury, and they were on at the same time as Elton John's final performance. So I guess there's two big stages. So Elton John was on one side, and Queens of the Stone Age played the other side. And I listened to Queens of the Stone Age. Their broadcast sounded amazing.
Yeah.
Here it is. Here's the BBC broadcast on TV, Paradise City.
I'm going to give you some audio.
He does look good, though.
Give some audio. Here we go. I mean, listen.
Sounds like Mickey Mouse.
I'm sure if you're there, it's fun.
Listen, somebody put up. I saw a TikTok
Look out, Minnie.
last night where it was Axl Rose performing, and next to a picture of the old man from Family Guy. And once you hear it, you can't unhear it.
Oh,
Take me down to the Paradise City. Get your fat ass back here, boy.
what's it, Herbert?
I don't know his name,
Herbert
but
the Pervert.
man,
You're right.
when you hear Axl and his pictures next to it, you can't unhear it ever.
That's so good.
Hi there, Chris.
Dude, and I want to see anybody go out there and do a Guns N' Roses set vocally. It's not easy when the dude was 25.
I'm not saying that it is. I'm just saying that it does sound like he's got a whole freezer
It sounds
full
like-
of popsicles in the basement.
It sounds like it sounds.
He's always sounded like that.
Gene Simmons says both Ace Frehley and Peter Criss turned down their invitations to perform at Kiss's final concerts in December at Madison Square Garden in New York City. Gene says, I don't know what to say, but they're always welcome, and they turned it down. So I know Ace was kind of butting heads with Gene and Paul when they announced that this was going to be the final tour, and it made it seem like they weren't invited. But now Gene is saying they were invited.
Who knows what the truth is with those guys? They're all old, grumpy men.
Yeah.
Just fighting with each other, bickering back
Wearing
and
makeup,
forth, wearing makeup. Good luck to everyone.
I thought this was interesting. Taylor Swift's fans are using an online calculator to determine how much they've made for her by streaming her music, and it's shockingly low. One user did this research, found out that 2,493 streams of Taylor Swift music has only generated about $6 in income for her. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, but when your streams are up in the billions,
then you're making a couple hundred.
You're all right. Well, I bet you her tour, and I was looking at the top tours of all time, and her tour, the tour she's doing right now will easily be the top tour of all time. Probably surpass $1 billion.
Yeah, that's what she's going for, right? I mean, I think she's. When they started doing this and the whole ticket thing and all that fiasco, I mean, you could see like, oh, okay, we're going for the record here.
Oh, and they're going to get it. So who do you think the top tour of all time is?
We talked about it not long ago.
Yeah, Guns N' Roses was up there.
Yeah, because they had even though it was like 2 years, it was the world tour. It was like a single tour technically.
And Def Leppard and Motley Crue's stadium tour last year generated a ton. Are you talking all time?
All time.
U2, Bruce
Nope.
Springsteen,
Nope.
Billy
Garth
Joel?
Brooks,
Nope.
Elton John.
No.
Oh,
Yes. Elton John's Farewell Yellow Brick Road tour
because it was like 3 years.
made $853 million.
It's not bad.
Ed Sheeran was number 2. His tour, the Divide tour, made $776 million. Then U2's U2 360 tour,
That 360 tour was incredible.
$736 million. Guns N' Roses, their Not in a Lifetime tour. Rolling Stones, Bigger Bang tour. Then again, Rolling Stones, the No Filter tour. Coldplay's A Head Full of Dreams tour was number 7. Roger Waters' The Wall Live, 8. AC/DC's Black Ice World tour. And Harry Styles, his Love on tour, is the 10th biggest grossing tour of all time.
Dude, and that's grossing numbers and all that. But when you really zoom in, I don't know anything about this in particular, but look at Ed Sheeran. He's the only solo guy in there, really.
Right.
I mean, Elton John's a solo guy, but he's got a band and all this stuff. As far as the performance and the overhead goes, Ed Sheeran is splitting that money with damn near nobody.
Yeah, I think he's basically a guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, like his production is ridiculously low. Compared. I mean, Taylor Swift is spending uber money
She's got
on
dancers.
production.
Yeah.
Oh, same with U2 and
Sheeran is
the
not.
Stones.
Right. Moon sent me this yesterday, and it's awesome. Phoebe Waller-Bridge and Harrison Ford were trying to out-prank each other on the set of the new Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. One of the more memorable pranks involved using the masks that stunt doubles would wear during filming. And so I guess Phoebe Waller-Bridge, she would get the Harrison Ford mask, and she would go and hide in his trailer so she could scare him. Totally worked. Apparently, he walked in and says, "Get the hell out of my trailer," while blinking 3 times. And then 20 minutes later, Harrison Ford snuck up on her wearing her mask and dressed like her.
Oh, so at least they're going back and forth.
So
It wasn't all just grumpy,
I thought
grumpy
it was
Harrison.
I thought I read the headline. I thought it was Harrison Ford was like really upset.
No. He got her back.
Oh, okay. Because all I thought was like, what interview have you seen Harrison Ford do in the last 4 decades where you thought this is a prank-worthy kind of guy? You
Or
know
he
what I
has
mean?
any charisma at all.
Like he's going to
He
have a lot of
does.
fun with this.
He
I
had a
think he
great
plays
time.
into that curmudgeon stuff. I think
You
he
think so?
leans
I think
in.
he does a little bit. I mean, if I'm popping
I
up
love
on a
it.
79-year-old
I'm a fan.
guy in his trailer,
It's your future.
You know by the earring that he's fun. You
He's
know
got
what
an
I'm saying?
earring?
Oh,
He
he's got
does.
an
Oh,
earring.
yeah.
What?
oh, see, I don't see earrings.
He got it pierced on Jimmy Fallon.
I think it's just a gold ball.
It's a hoop.
Oh, it's a hoop now. I remember it
He's
just being
super
a gold
cute
ball.
with
I don't see your ear jewelry.
Paramount is having a Yellowstone marathon for 4th of July weekend. It kicks off tomorrow at 8 p.m. Final episodes of the series will air sometime in November. And finally, Fall Out Boy just released an updated version of Billy Joel's We Didn't Start the Fire, referencing all sorts of things where Billy Joel picked up, where he stopped with that song back in the 80s. Fall Out Boy has picked it up, and it's actually worth the listen to.
All right. I
like it.
listened to it. Okay. I mean, it's...
They reference everything from 9/11, QAnon, Rodney King, Tiger King.
A little of this.
It's not that it's bad. It's just like you Firefest, then Y2K. Come on, man.
You want order.
Try a little
wants
harder.
order.
Sure. If you're gonna do it the Billy Joel. He went through the decades, man.
Try a little harder.
Try a little harder. What,
Get
right?
it in order.
I'm not necessarily like a Fallout Boy enthusiast all the time. Gives me some PTSD of working at the mall, but hey, I like this.
How about, by the way, throwing in Balloon Boy? I love that.
See?
Balloon Boy.
Stuff for everybody.
Balloon Boy got in.
Balloon Boy got in. and it was Bobbitt, comma John to make it fit. So it wasn't John Bobbitt, it was Bobbitt, comma John.
You know what? Fine.
That's fine.
Whatever. Back to you.
Okay, enjoy.
Bobbitt, comma John.
Yeah.
Huh. All right. Celebrities celebrating birthday today. Nicole Scherzinger, that's the Pussycat Dolls lead singer, is 45. Melora Hardin. Anybody know who that is?
That's Jan from The Office.
That's right, Jan from The Office. And she plays a key role in The Wire. And it's incredible. She's 56. Colin Hay, Men at Work singer, is 70. Dan Deerdorf, former Monday Night Football announcer and offensive lineman for the St. Louis Football Cardinals, is 74. Fred Grandy, that's a gopher on the Love Boat. He also went on to serve 4 terms in the U.S. House of Representatives from 87 to 95. Fred is 75. Ian Pace, Hall of Fame drummer and founding member of Deep Purple, is 75. Richard Lewis, Larry Bud on Curb Your Enthusiasm, is 76. And Gary Busey.
Oh, Gary Busey.
Gary.
Yeah, the
Gary Busey.
Gary. Oh, Gary. How old is Gary?
Gary is 79 years old.
And last year got caught masturbating in a park.
But you know what? That's our Gary.
Par for the course.
Hey.
That's it. Are you upset about that?
If there were children around, yes.
If there are no children around.
Hey, motorcycle
Fine.
accident.
Whatever. That's so Gary.
Oh, Gary.
It's Gary again.
Love that guy.
Can that be said? I mean, like, is that something with the accident?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Listen, he's an Academy Award nominee for his portrayal of Buddy Holly. Back in the day, I think that's pre-accident.
Oh, he
Yeah,
was?
it was.
And he should have won one for Black Sheep, too. He was incredible.
Oh, yeah,
for that.
the military guy in the bus?
Mm-hmm.
Also, when I don't remember what. You've seen the documentary where he's like, silence, re-enter, talk to me as if you just wandered into my house. Ask better questions. He's like telling the documentary. He's just off his rocker.
He was doing a show where he was like an animal judge.
Oh, yes.
Remember that? So it was a show where Gary Busey was the judge and animals were the defendants and plaintiffs.
Oh, yes. I forgot about this. He's pet judge.
Yeah.
He's like Gary Busey, pet judge.
He also tried to launch that he created this. He's like, I like to change the meaning of a word, rearranging its letters. Rizz, rising, intelligent, zebra, xylophone. It's just like,
Yeah, I see that.
None of
I see
that makes sense.
I know
He
what
was
you're
doing that
talking
on
about.
Celebrity Rehab.
that's
Yeah,
what it
dude.
means.
For some reason, every once in a while, I feel like he hits a plane where I'm like, damn, that's making a lot of sense.
Yeah,
Like, I
man.
mean, he's-
Every once in a while, dude.
He'll pop into something, I go, oh, subscribe. Like, I like what he's saying. Then he'll say something else, and I go, dang. Just, he needs a...
Yeah,
he
it
needs,
does make sense. Super exciting.
He needs somebody to stop him.
Nearsighted.
Like, oh, that was great, stop.
I'm looking for Scott Bakula. I need to employ him as a time wizard. I'd like to travel back in time and steal my Oscar for the Buddy Holly performance.
All right, today's porno birthday, which is being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet, is Caitlin Ashley. And today's birthday girl has been in 392 fine films, including Ace Ventura, Crack Detective. She was in Big Knockers 2, 3, 4, and 11. Brazier to Eternity. Bubble Butts 27. She was in A Clockwork Orgy. Devil in a Wet T-Shirt. The Raunch Ranch. The Sex Lives of Clowns. Scott's favorite, Vagina Town. And who can forget her role in 2004's Say Aloha to My A-Hola.
Is that an island?
Aloha.
What in the world?
Caitlin Ashley is 52 years old. That's your porno birthday. Those are your crappy birthdays, and that was your crap on celebrities.
I guess he has a book called Buseyisms.
All right, I'm going to give you some. Go to the beginning.
I don't know what he's going to say here.
Full. Because it helps me understand the meaning of one word with a sentence that reflects the word's meaning and definition. These are called Buseyisms because I take these from my own heart, my own spirit, my own soul, and make this interpretation so you can hear it and live by it. The word now, N-O-W, no other way.
Nice.
Time out.
I'm into
Time
it.
out.
To ensure measured energy on using time. The word team, T-E-A-M. Together, everyone achieves more. And that's the foundation of the bottom line.
Make that up.
Yeah, that sounds like something that's been around. I think I've heard that one.
For a long
Now, that's
time.
abuse.
Yeah, that's
I think I've heard that one before.
posters.
Just let him have it.
Let him, yeah. Who's going to tell him differently?
Let him have it, except for in the park. Don't take that to the park.
Don't take it to the park.
Ostracize. Never.
Listen, Gary's out on the
Gary?
front lawn watering the lawn with no pants on. Come on.
You got good advice.
Let him
Warm, loving, energy, retired.
Water,
Niagara.
wieners, around, team effort.
What?
Right.
All right, we got to take a break. All right, we got some of your emails, and our buddy Chris Blair from Worldwide Technology Raceway is going to come in and tell us about this weekend's Night of Fire and Thunder Spectacular.
Oh, yeah.
Night of Fire, 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 Thunder, Thunder, Thunder. It is 8:49. It's Thursday. Another look at your traffic and weather, Moon, coming at you.
Traffic brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. There's still a lot of racing left in 2023 at WWT Raceway. IndyCar returns August 26th and 27th, so get those tickets now. Lane blocked due to a stalled vehicle 64 westbound after 270. And a lane closed due to a stalled vehicle 270 northbound at Doherty Ferry. Your point forecast is a chance for storms. It's relatively low, though, but any storms that do develop could be severe. Hot as heck, high of 101, low of 79. Right now it is 82 at the Point Studio. Your point forecast is brought to you by CarX Tire and Auto.
We got in studio right now our good buddy, Executive Vice President and General Manager of Worldwide Technology Raceway, Mr. Chris Blair joins us.
Thanks for having me.
Good morning, Chris.
Good morning.
And you're here for one reason and one reason only.
Big reason.
Yeah, Lern's here. That's why.
That's right.
Well, okay, so that's like reason and a half. And that's not your short joke, by the way.
I love this guy.
Chris is going to discuss, does ketchup belong in the fridge?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, it does.
Do you have it in the fridge?
Yeah.
Good.
Actually, you know what? The world is divided on this.
You know why it's divided? Because there is no wrong answer.
I thought if you left it out, it would go bad.
There is-
Once you
well-
pop in the bottle.
It is a
so, too.
vinegar-based based condiment, and vinegar-based condiments are okay being left out.
Oh.
And if you go to restaurants, you go to like a hamburger joint, normally it's on the table, right?
But I thought they took it in like every night and put it back in the fridge.
But Heinz has weighed in.
Really?
Heinz, so the official Heinz Twitter account has weighed in.
And said, please buy more.
Well, aside from saying that, Rafe, ketchup inside or outside the fridge?
In.
In the fridge. Chris is an in the fridge guy.
In.
Lern's an in the fridge gal. Moon,
Mine is always in the fridge because
In the fridge.
it's
Yeah,
habit.
you got to have it cold.
Scott's an in the fridge
Better.
guy.
Yeah, it tastes better.
I'm an in the fridge guy. Heinz
Yeah.
says, keep it in the fridge.
Nice.
Wow, really?
There we go.
Lucky.
Now, thanks for coming in, Chris.
Hey, thanks.
Hey, you know what?
See you in a month.
To be fair, I'll say this. It's both. It's in the fridge and the pantry because one thing I hate is when you run out of ketchup and don't have a backup. So we always have a backup that's ready to go.
You don't have a drawer full of ketchup packets?
Oh, man,
I don't do ketchup packets, and you know that, and
I
I'm
know that,
I'm
so I'm
insulted that
sorry.
you even brought up that thought in my brain.
Right.
I hate it. I hate thinking about ketchup packets because who needs a single packet? Now I'm tearing things. I'm making messes. My fingers got stuff
Dude.
on it. I don't want things on my fingers.
I got ketchup in my car right
I
now.
forgot about
ready
your
to go.
finger thing.
Yeah, he's got a finger issue.
Packets are absurd.
He doesn't eat chicken wings.
It's a colossal waste.
Peanut
Yeah,
butter.
this guy.
He's terrified of peanut butter.
Now I just have a
For
thing.
real.
I don't.
He's got a
like,
peanut butter phobia.
Do you have anything like
I
that,
love
Chris?
peanut butter.
He's
man.
not allergic.
I don't
Just
think
scared of
do.
it.
I
don't
love
think
peanut
do.
Are you
butter.
allergic to anything weird?
No.
All right. Well, this guy can do
Well,
anything.
eggs. Eggs give me issues, but that's
All
about
right.
it.
That's a bummer.
But he's got it's a finger, like it's a
It's
texture.
yeah, there's some sort of texture thing. I know it's
That's
funny.
a mental thing. That's not a.
There's something going on. Yeah, with
He
like I
got
don't
peanut butter
like,
on his fingers one time and checked himself into rehab.
I don't like particular. I know.
We had to go
It is
get him.
absurd. It's irrational, and I don't know what it is. It has some power over me. It's my kryptonite. It's the oil. It's like that palm oil, and if there's any sort of sauces or anything that have that oil on my fingers,
Oh, yeah.
I just get ski.
You're getting the heebie-jeebies right now.
Yeah, dude, breaking out. Don't like it. Don't like it. So I just don't like things on my fingers that are like sticky or whatever.
Okay, so this is kind of like those people who are have gluten issues. When you go up to a concession stand and place your order, do you go through all this with those people when you're placing?
Oh
your
no,
order?
I don't. No, but ketchup packets. Come on, man. Like everybody, what a colossal waste. That has to be more cost. That has to be more overhead than just throwing it in a bottle or something. I don't even care. Like, there's like hepatitis worries about like public bottles. Pff, I do that all day before I do ketchup.
How do you, I'm not even going to get started. I have so many questions.
But hey, we got the tech. We got the cups, like
like Chick-fil-A's got the cups.
There's dipping cups. Do
Right.
that. Do that all
No, I'm
day.
into that.
How has that not killed off the ketchup pack?
The whole thing on bottles on the tables. When I was a kid, I watched a kid at another table in a restaurant, and he popped open the bottle of ketchup, and he was taking his French fries, and he was stuffing them down into the bottle to leave for somebody else.
Whoa,
for
that's
somebody
weird.
else.
And since that time, I've always been kind of freaked out
Because
about
we cannot be trusted as a society.
No, but think about this. Think about
We're
the
all
process.
savages.
Think about the process of what a ketchup pack is going through. There's like 50 hands are taking it. They're grabbing it. So like dirty
It's a
hands,
machine.
dirty hands, dirty hands. Then when I have to open it, I got to go whoop. And let's say I do a perfect tear. I get the corner off. It's all good. Now my hands have touched this packet, and now I'm gonna slide down to make sure I touch every millisecond, every square millimeter of this thing. So now I got germs for years. And then I'm going to grab fries
helps
with it and
build
dip
your
it in this
immunity.
crap. I'm sorry?
It just helps build your
I'm
immunity.
sure it does. I'm just saying this thing
immune system.
has worn out its welcome.
The worst thing I saw, I was at a particular fast food joint, and I talked about this on the air, was it's like the self-serve pump.
Yeah.
So it's like the ketchup, it's the barbecue sauce, it's whatever other
Yeah.
mustard. So somebody was pumping ketchup into a little white cup they have, and then after he was done, he took his finger and went underneath the nozzle and put it in his mouth.
Man.
She just licked it with his tongue. At that
Well,
point.
to be forthcoming.
It was good to see you that day, Rafe.
Yeah. They get clogged.
Somebody has to do that.
You do the pinky, you numb your gums with a little bit of Heinz to get you started, and then you go to town. Everybody knows that. And to be forthcoming, we are going to Golden Corral after Rizz gets done with his You Do You 62 for his birthday. He hasn't been to a buffet in years. And the last time I was at Golden Corral, I watched a kid stand in front of the chocolate fountain unsupervised and just take a bite of a Rice Krispie treat, put it back under there, soak it, suck the chocolate off, put it under there, and just was sucking the chocolate off a Rice Krispie treat on a stick and just putting it back in this chocolate fountain, which Golden Corral's famous for. So I'm just letting you know.
Well, maybe people don't know the chocolate's recycled.
Yeah.
It goes round and round. They think it just
went
goes
back through the,
there's just a river.
goes the
back
chocolate plant.
to
the
Willy
chocolate
Wonka's
treatment plant.
to
yeah.
Willy Wonka's house gets sanitized and goes back to the Golden Corral.
He's drinking out of the chocolate hose, man.
To be clear, not stopping me from using the chocolate fountain.
Me
just
neither.
letting you know
Nice.
what we're getting ourselves into.
Me neither.
Now, when you go to Golden Corral, which I've never been to, Chris. Have you ever been to a Golden Corral?
Years ago, I went to one, and that's similar to his thing. I saw stuff happening,
things.
and it's like I'm never going back.
I've seen things.
Yeah.
Do you have to pay for dessert separate, or is it one?
No. Golden Corral's you're all in, bro.
Yep.
That's great.
$15.99 or whatever it costs.
$15.99, and you are your waiter.
Yep, you bought the place.
I'm buying everybody sweatpants, and we're going to go.
Gray sweatpants.
I'm
they
going
still-
to go to Costco. and
They
buy.
still have it where the cashiers are like out in front, right?
I assume so. I haven't been in a long time.
When I was a kid, I feel like it was you walk in, there was like two or three
a
things,
line.
and it was almost like a turnstile.
was.
Yeah, like
Here you go.
like you're going to a
I'm
fair.
in.
They hand you a tray and a cup.
You get a wristband.
Yeah,
Oh, you got a wristband?
No, I'm kidding.
that's incredible pizza or whatever.
Like if you want to run out to your car, they stamp your hand.
Yeah, oh, you
Take
can
it
come
right-
back.
You coming back
to the car?
the rest of the day?
No, once you're out there, you're out. You can't come back in.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Oh, man, what if they had an all-day Graze? Like a promotion?
That'd be great. $25.
$25 all-day Graze. You can come in and go. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, all-day
Come
Graze,
on down to
$25.
Golden Corral for Gray's Days.
That's how you lose your first million right there.
Is it?
Yeah. I could just see that.
Oh, man.
I tell you what, I think that's what they did at Silver Dollar City. We went last year or the year before for the first time in like October or November. So most people weren't there, but there was old folks everywhere. And we
Right.
found out why. It's because they have a thing. They're not there for the rides. It's like $35 and you can eat at any of the restaurants all day. So they just go in,
Worth it.
pay, and they
They
get
got great
three
food.
meals. They're all hanging out. It was like a community. It was genius.
I'm in.
Genius.
So we'll do Golden Corral first. I've never been to Olive Garden either, so maybe we'll do that next.
All you can eat breadsticks.
You said you wanted to eat your way through Italy? That's as close as we're going to get.
That's it.
Don't they have something called the Tour of Italy?
Yep.
I think so.
Which is authentic, right?
We got it for your birthday.
Sure, yeah.
It's as close to Rome as I could get.
Yeah.
Hey, they say the cashiers are still at the front, but make sure you bring cash to tip the waitress. Don't forget about
Oh yeah, no, I'm not. Well, wait.
What are we tipping?
What am I tipping?
We're doing it.
I think she comes and clears the shame
old
away.
plates.
What's the bussers?
She's more of a shame clearer
Okay.
than
so
a waitress.
Tip the shame.
Yeah,
Yeah.
tip the bussers.
You go back to the buffet and she just makes it all go away. Whatever you left on the table.
She'll delete the photos that she
Yeah.
took of you at the buffet.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So, Chris, what's going on? Or
What?
Hell, I don't know. I've lost track.
Chris Blair from Worldwide Technology Raceways here. So I want to talk about this weekend's Night of Fire and Thunder Spectacular. So it kicks off tomorrow night.
Yes, we're qualifying tomorrow night. $20 carload on Friday. So if people are really, really bored, looking for something to do, load up everybody. Kind of like that concept of the come out and graze with us, I guess.
Yeah.
But
Get as
20
many
bucks
people
car.
as you can in the car for $20.
Yeah, it's for tomorrow night. And then on Saturday, but Saturday's the big show. Tomorrow's kind of like the qualifying night for the racing classes, but Saturday's the big show. And we're telling everybody, because everybody's freaking out because of the temperatures, that, it's a night show. That's the emphasis in the title. It says night of.
It doesn't say day of fire and thunder. It's night of fire and thunder.
Yeah, so when the sun goes down, the skies light up. I just streamed that up a couple days ago just to remind everybody that it is a night event. Come on out. If you've been cooped up all day in the AC and everybody's driving you nuts, come out to the racetrack. It'll be a really good time.
And it's the quarter mile, so it's. I mean, we're talking cars going over 230 miles an hour.
Yeah, so we'll have funny cars doing the quarter mile. We have pro mods. They'll be racing in the 8th, but the jet cars, that's a quarter mile pass down the track. If you've never seen a jet car, it is a car with a jet motor in it that goes 300 miles an hour.
Wow. Wild.
Yeah.
does fire
Sign
come
me
out of the
up.
jet?
Yes, it does.
That's
They
cool.
do the burner pops, and that's the best part is when they're staging the cars
Oh,
and,
at night.
and they start boom, 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 and it nearly blows the windows
Is
out.
that the fire?
Do what?
That's the fire and thunder?
That's a big part of it. Yeah, that
All
plus
right.
the fireworks.
Plus
So,
fireworks by
yeah.
our buddy Captain Jim.
Exactly.
Oh, look at that.
Our buddy
Yeah.
Captain Jim will be at Captain Jim's tonight, but Captain Jim will be providing the fireworks over the
Nice.
racetrack this weekend.
Very good.
Yeah, and it's gonna be a good show. Like so, we're gonna have racing going all evening, all day. Even after the fireworks, we'll be having racing going on until early in the morning. But the big show is 7:30 with the first round of the jet cars. 9:30 is the second jet car pass, and as soon as they cross the finish line, we shut the lights off and we start shooting off fireworks. So it'll be a good time.
Super fun.
So that's Friday, and so what's happening Saturday then? Saturday.
That's Saturday night is
Saturday
the big
night
show.
is the big show. Friday night is all qualifying stuff.
Exactly.
So you can make a whole. I mean, so Friday night is to bring a carload for $20.
Yep.
And you can make a whole weekend of it.
Well, and kids 12 and under are in for free, which is really big.
Yeah. And we just wanted this, when I was out in Vegas, we used to do a night before the 4th show for years, and that became the big thing at the Bull Ring at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. So when we came here, we wanted to come up with something that, for the people who don't go to the lake, for the people who are kind of stuck here, or just have some other plans, or if their work schedule's kind of messing up their travel plans, especially with the 4th being on Tuesday, and if you're one of those poor folks that has to work on Monday,
You got to work on Monday.
Yeah.
This guy's got to work on Monday. We're off.
I got to work on Saturday too. Come on, but this way, if for the staycationers, come on out to the racetrack. It'd be a great time. Really,
Yeah, and
good show.
listen, and you say, oh, the track in Madison, dude. It's wherever you are, it's a half hour away.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It
Right.
doesn't matter where you are in the St. Louis area. Your Waze could tell you it's 45 minutes away, but it's a half hour away.
Even Chicago, flight takes 30 minutes to get to St. Louis. You can get to the track.
Yeah, so if you're staying in town, so tomorrow and on Saturday, it's a night of fire and thunder spectacular, brought to you by Travers. And by the way, congratulations on the, again, successful NASCAR weekend down there.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we were just recovering for it, so we're kind of rolling into that mode. Most places you always like to have your big show at the end. We're going to kick off our season with our big show.
Yeah.
And then, so we've got this, then we have Formula Drift coming up in 2 weeks, then the Bommarito 500 coming up at the end of August, and then NHRA at the end of September. So, we're kind of in that mode where we can't really take a breath. We just gotta go. Make money while you can. That's what we have to try to do right now.
And so is the track on the schedule for next year, too? for NASCAR?
We can't officially announce that until the schedule comes out, but yes,
Right, okay,
it looks
yeah,
like
it
it.
looks like,
if
you
you
know.
want to renew your tickets for the 2023 event to get your tickets for 2024, we will take your money and let you have your seats back now.
Just behind the scenes, how does it work? When you guys got the race, the first time last year, so did you guys sign like a 2-year deal? So you get the first and second year, and then I don't know if you renew yearly. I don't know how it works.
Yeah, that was kind of the agreement because we're kind of NASCAR is kind of in a cycle right now where we're getting ready to renew TV partners and all that. So there weren't any real long-term agreements. So we knew once we got through the second, if we had the first year, if we hit it good, we knew there would be a third. Is kind of the way that renewal process works. And the big thing they were looking at is everybody hits a home run that first year. They wanted to see how the second year would go.
Yeah,
and we had such a tremendous crowd. We had a second sellout again, which that was fantastic. And all the things that they really look for, traffic, amenities, all the improvements we've made, it's helping for the long term of the racetrack.
Yeah, and we're talking before we went on the air, like, how'd the weekend go? And you were like, traffic was great, in and out of the track. Yeah, because that's, people love to complain about stuff.
Yeah. We had traffic free flowing in less than 25 minutes.
It could be, the best race you've, in the history of NASCAR. People, I had to wait 5 minutes to get out of the parking lot. Shut up.
Yeah. So now all that went really well, and I know you were off chasing monkeys and volcanoes.
And yes, in Costa Rica.
But we you had all new garage experience. So when you do come out for the Bommarito 500, I'll show you around.
Yes.
It's the garage experience now is fantastic, and it's one of the best experiences at a racetrack you'll see anywhere in the country.
That's awesome. Yeah, and it's a real listen. All these races and everything at the track, it's so family friendly, and it's great to see kids down there. And when a kid sees a car go 300 miles an hour,
mind blown.
Mind blown.
Yeah,
cool.
Yep.
So this weekend, it's the Night of Fire and Thunder tomorrow and Saturday. So tomorrow, it's $20 carload. Get in.
Yes, correct.
And it's night.
Yes.
Night. So it's going to be nice and cool down there at the track. Get your tickets, www.raceway.com. Can they get them there, too?
Yeah, you can get them at the gate. So, in advance, we'll have a streamlining process. If you do have your tickets, you can pull around everybody else to get in. But, you can buy your tickets at the gate. So.
Awesome. It's going to be a wonderful weekend. Happy 4th, Chris.
Thank you so much.
And we'll see you soon. We love the racetrack. We love you and Curtis.
Hey, we love doing. If Lori sends me the renewal, we'll be doing the traffic with you for another year too.
Oh, actually,
Right
yes, our
on.
traffic and weather sponsor. Let's get to that right now. The my hero, Chris Blair.
Yes.
And not enough superlatives I could use for this guy. The man. All right, it's 9:14. Sports and emails next. One final look at your traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway.
Whoa!
There's still a lot of racing left in 2023 at WWT Raceway. IndyCar returns August 26th and 27th. Get your tickets now. Delays still happening 44 eastbound between 44 Highway 66, that 44 BL exit, and Lewis Road. Average speed is down to 15 miles an hour, so please prepare for brake lights. Your point forecast, the chance of storms is relatively low today, although any storms that do develop could be severe. Hot as heck. High of 101, low of 79. Right now it is 84 at the Point Studio. Your point forecast is brought to you by CarX Tire and Auto.
So my in-laws are in town. They're in town for the next couple weeks, and my father-in-law and I were talking yesterday, and he wants to take my son fishing.
Yeah.
But we don't. And I asked Moon yesterday. So within like a 45-minute radius, like what's a good fishing lake where a boat could be rented?
Oh, boat.
That's where you throw it.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of good fishing spots, and most of them you can't rent boats. You can have boats if you got a boat, but I don't know within 45 minutes.
Maybe an hour.
Maybe Quiver River. They have that lake over there you can rent boats at.
But how far away is that?
It's about 40 minutes from your house, probably.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be looking into rivers, man. Maybe just like go to the Missouri.
Well, if he's not used to rivers, I'd be.
What about
careful on that.
up in St. Charles, they got a bunch of docks where people store their
hospital.
boats, but I don't know if they...
I had to say to steal a boat.
I got some kayaks you can borrow. You want to borrow our kayaks?
I don't think my father-in-law is the kayaking type of guy.
You don't know until you try.
What's more important,
over it.
the boat or the fishing?
I don't know.
Because there's a lot of great fishing around.
At Bush, what's the...
Bush Wildlife?
Yeah, you can rent. They have a whole bunch of boats you can rent over there, too, and they got tons of lakes.
Okay, yeah, I guess so. But I hate to say this because I am such a bush wildlife enthusiast. I've been fishing there my whole life.
I know.
It is insanely
rough
overfished now. And it's rough goings. It's rough goings.
Yeah, listen, we have a lake in our backyard, and you can catch, little things. There's a couple, bass in there, but not much. He wants to go take my son, fishing.
Yeah,
Big Muddy Adventures.
Where's that?
What's that? That's
This
river?
is St. Louis's boat rental service in St. Louis.
That's up by Alton, right?
I'm looking at this.
Well, that's not bad.
Or Grafton?
They got all sorts of different. They don't have a boat. They have canoes. They have paddle boats, double kayak.
Oh, right, yeah.
Stand-up paddle boards, which are all fun.
There's a lot of places like that, but he's looking for a bass
Right.
boat.
Either that or even even a row. What would be a good row? 'Cause you can't fish Creve Coeur Lake, can you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do all the time. But again,
You can row out. Can
you row out there?
They got canoes.
I don't know if they rent rows. Yeah, they rent canoes. They rent kayaks. I always take my kayak out there, but there's so many gar. It's so invasive. Those gar out there that's a little less fun than. Listen, man, if he wants a list of fishing spots, I got a whole list. And even up in Newtown, there's some spots you can fish that are great. But
Well, send your
What about
suggestions.
Carlisle Lake?
the boat rent thing and fishing, I don't know. Do they rent boats at Lake St. Louis?
What about like Airbnb for boats? Like, is there anything like that yet?
I don't know.
Where you could
That's
rent
a
out?
Toro?
great idea.
Like
Yeah.
Toro
Bush
for cars?
Wildlife, Mark Twain. Everybody's saying Mark Twain.
Yeah, Mark Twain's good. Carlisle could be good too.
But is Mark Twain within 45 minutes? I think it's a little.
I mean,
longer
he'll
than that.
go an hour.
Well, if he's going to go an hour, just go to Lake of the Ozarks.
That's
That's way longer than an hour.
That's hour 30, hour 40,
yeah. Go to Mark Twain Lake.
On
right? Isn't
July 4th weekend.
it? Okay. So you're right. He's picked. He's got a lot of difficult parameters to line up here.
And if he goes to Mark Twain Lake, he stopped by.
Your
Mark
son will
Twain's-
learn more than just fishing if he goes to like
Yeah. But
end up in Party Cove.
I think the lake gets a bad rap.
Yeah.
Well, it all depends on where you go.
It does, and there's good fishing there and all that kind of stuff. If you really want to do something, you go down to the southern border. You do Taneycomo, Bull Shoals.
Yeah, it's far.
All right.
That's right. They're looking for like a Sunday trip.
You go to Mark Twain Lake then.
And he says, "Hey, do you want to go?" And I just haven't answered.
Oh, look at you. You don't want to go?
He asked. He goes, "You want to go too?" And I turned around and walked away.
Huh.
So they say you can rent a john boat or a paddle or any of that kind of stuff out at Bush Wildlife and Lake 33. It's got crappie beds all along the other side, and it's a bigger lake. So
Bush Wildlife,
you
can
got
rent?
bass.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I don't fish that lake all that often, but
Listen, for their
fun to get
purposes,
out.
it's not
yeah,
that
maybe,
far.
maybe that's the greatest one. I don't know.
It's not that far, and it's. I don't want them going so far. You know.
You can fish in Forest Park, can't you?
Yeah. You got.
I always see, like I played golf out there one time and I almost nailed the guy just walking across the fairway with a fishing pole.
Yeah.
And I was like, where's that guy going? And then he was just sitting on the bank fishing. I don't know if it's good fishing. I don't know
They don't
anything,
need- they
but
don't
I
need to go
definitely know you
downtown.
can, I think.
Yeah, they don't need to go there.
Yeah, do Bush Wildlife Lake 33.
That sounds good, actually. All right.
And Bush Wildlife's awesome too. It's right on 94. You're right out there. Easy peasy.
Yeah, that's not bad. All right, thank you. All right, let's do sports. All right, Moon, what do you got?
You know what? Today, sports is brought to you by Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes, your one-stop shop for all mailboxes. Need a new mailbox.com. The U.S. men's national team wrote a hat trick from 2022 FIFA World Cup veteran forward Jesus Ferreira to a convincing 6-0 victory against St. Kitts and Nevis. We talked about this yesterday. This was in the CONCACAF Gold Cup group play. Happened last night in front of a little over 21,000 at City Park. The 6-0 score is tied for the USA's largest margin of victory at the Gold Cup, having previously defeated Cuba in 2015 and Trinidad and Tobago
And this wasn't even
in
supposed to be a
2019
thing,
by
right?
the same mark. Yeah, no.
Like, it wasn't.
Half of their population could fit in the stadium. The countries, that is. The USA's first 3 goals were scored in the span of 3 minutes and 50 seconds. That is the fastest span for 3 goals in a competitive match in U.S. men's national team history. Now sitting atop Group A with 4 points and a +6 goal differential, the U.S. M&T will close out the group stage against Trinidad and Tobago on Sunday, June 2nd in Charlotte. Right-hander Giovanni Gallegos allowed 5 runs on 4 hits, including a pair of home runs and 1 walk in the 8th inning as the Cardinals lost 10-7 to the Astros in the second game of a 3-game series at Busch last night. The Cardinals were leading 7-5 heading into the 8th, but Gallegos allowed a single and a walk by the first 2 batters he faced. They go again tonight at Busch with a start of 6:15. The Blues selected Slovakian forward Dalibor Dvorsky from the this was the number 10 pick, a 6'1", 205-pound player that lives in the interior at the net front, and a prospect that was thought of as unlikely to reach St. Louis after the first 9 picks of the evening. The selection was the Blues' highest since they took Pietrangelo at number 4
See how
overall
young
in
this kid
2008.
looks? Did you see he's such a baby face?
They all are, man. It's wild. It was the first forward that the Blues took in the top 10 since 1988 when St. Louis drafted Rod Brind'Amour with the 9th pick. I don't remember getting Brind'Amour.
And obviously the first pick went to Chicago, and it was Connor Bedard, who's supposed to be like a generational. This is the guy they're gonna put the franchise on his back. He's not even 18.
Wow.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy? You see these things that say like who ranked the best and the worst in the draft, and the Blackhawks were like, everybody's number 1. Like this was they did the best in the draft.
Oh well, just to
And
get
then it was
this
like
kid,
Carolina and some
just
of
to
the
get this kid. You almost wanted to tank the season to get this kid.
Otto Stenberg, taken with pick number 25 by St. Louis, and then Theo Lindstein, taken number 29 by the Blues, played together in Sweden, and they've been friends for a half dozen years. They roomed together at the Under-18 World Championship, and suddenly they were drafted to the same team. Stenberg was talking to reporters when he heard about his buddy getting picked and said, quote, "Is Lindstein picked by St. Louis? Oh, that's fantastic. We're really good friends. And same with Dalibor. We played together in some tournaments when we were younger. I know him really, really well." So that's pretty cool. Those three guys might know each other and kind of come up in the same organization. We'll see if we keep them and how it goes. We all hate the Yankees here, and in a span of a few hours.
Nope, not all of us.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot. The New York Yankees pitcher Domingo, is it Herman or Germain? Germain went from one of the worst stretches of his career to Major League Baseball history. The right-hander threw the 24th perfect game in Major League Baseball history in an 11-0 Yankees win yesterday, setting down the A's in Oakland. It was the 4th perfect game in Yankees history. What was it, Germain?
Sure.
He joins Don Larson, David Wells, and David Cohn, giving the franchise the most among MLB teams. The final stat
27 up
line,
and 27 down.
9 innings pitched, 0 hits, 0 walks, 9 strikeouts, 99 pitches.
Wow.
Here's that sounded like.
Grounded to third. Donaldson has it. There it is. Perfection for Domingo Germán. Domingo Germán has thrown the 24th perfect game in baseball history.
Yeah, just to put that in perspective a little bit, and you don't have to play that clip again, but maybe you will after I kind of make this point. Put that in perspective. This is away, so this is in Oakland. It's on the other side of the country. Oakland not doing very well, where like they're not selling a ton of
worst team
tickets.
in the league.
Not selling a ton of tickets either. So it's sort of sparsely attended. The away team throws a no-hitter, a perfect game, which sucks, by the way, for that guy to not do it at home.
Right.
And listen to those cheers. That's how rare this is in Major League Baseball.
That's true.
The place exploded. Like, holy crap, we bought tickets to an A's game and saw the 24th perfect game ever thrown.
Cool.
Very, very cool. I'm Moon, and that's your sports, because I could throw a perfect game.
Yeah, there was a funny moment outside the NHL draft. So one of these know-it-all sports podcasters was out on the street in Nashville, and he was asking people's knowledge of hockey. So this guy's all, "I'm a podcaster. I'm a sports podcaster." But it was the podcaster who should be tested because he had no idea he was talking to the GM of the Blackhawks when he was out on the street. Listen to this moron.
What's your name and where are you from?
Kyle from Chicago.
From Chicago?
Yeah.
You ever been to Nashville before?
A couple times, yeah.
For a Blackhawks game?
Yeah.
All right, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much would you say you know about hockey?
Probably I didn't play professionally or anything, so probably a 4.
Oh, wow, okay. So
Fan of this
The GM of the Blackhawks.
sport, I don't know. Some people say I don't know that much, so.
okay. Most of the
that
2010 or 2013 Chicago Blackhawks, were you watching that team?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely.
Do you think that the league rigged the draft in favor of the Chicago Blackhawks?
No.
Pretty confident.
I'm very confident.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
GM of the Blackhawks, you moron.
Yeah.
And by the way, the guy's microphone.
He was playing with him until he hit him with a real controversial thing.
Right.
He's like, no, that's
And
not
by the
what
way,
happened.
the guy's mic technique is funny because he would move it from his mouth while he was still talking.
Oh, that's the best move.
Like while he's still talking. One time he didn't even have it towards him at all. But I'm a podcaster.
But you know
So,
what?
Rizz, what is your favorite color?
Yeah.
Who's going to know every GM what they look like in the NHL?
Yeah, but if you're on the street trying to make people look like fools
Yeah.
with how much they know about hockey,
Right.
and it's you who is interviewing
Oh, it's quite ironic. I get
who's
it.
interviewing the general manager who has the first overall pick
Right.
in the draft.
It's a fail.
It's a fail.
Yeah, if there's any time that guy's kind of the star of the show, it's that day. It's then. It's Chicago's draft.
Good on the GM, too, for,
Playing along.
For a minute.
keeping it vague.
I'd say I'm a 4.
I'm a 4.
Yeah, I
Some
do
people
appreciate
say I'm
that.
lower than that.
I love that he.
I do
used
appreciate that. I
Yeah.
do appreciate that. All right. Hey, listen, in 24 somewhat minutes, Donnie Fandango's 28-hour radiothon begins.
Oh, yeah.
So Donnie's in the other room just drinking pots of coffee.
I thought he'd be napping, resting
He's
up.
drinking pots of coffee, and he's mainlining Red Bull.
Give him some of that exploder.
Oh.
Pace yourself there,
Oh.
Donnie. Pace.
They're going to back the truck up.
Yes.
and it's going to be pallets of Exploder.
I left him a little baggie.
You left him a baggie.
You got to tell him how to use it, though.
I told him.
It's like a little baggie that little earrings would come in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the good stuff.
It's got little skeletons on it.
Yeah. It's the good stuff. So, we'll take a break. We'll take our final break. We'll come back, and we'll play the Team Rizz Member the Song of the Day. We'll wrap it up, and then Donnie will begin his 28-hour radiothon to benefit the Ronald McDonald House Charities of St. Louis. Stay there. All right, that is it for us. The man of the next 28 hours is to my right, Donnie Fandango.
He's here.
He's here, and he's staying.
You would think that after all of these years and all of this time doing it, that every time somebody says 28 hours, it doesn't feel like a punch to the gut at this point. but it a little bit does, man. But like, I'm excited and I'm nervous and I'm ready to get it. Ready to
get at it, man. Chomp it at the bit.
Yeah.
So, all to raise money for the Ronald McDonald House Charities of St. Louis. How many years has it been for you?
I believe this is 14.
Wow.
14th and final.
I believe this is my final year. Yes. People have asked that, why is it the final year? And I'm seriously, and I'm not even joking when I say this, I'm tired. I love doing it. I love helping. I very much hope to think of something else for next year that does not involve me staying up for 28 hours. But, man, the thing that's exciting to me is since we've started to do this, 14 years ago, Ronald McDonald House has added another, I think actually 2 houses, one one by Mercy off in Creve Coeur, and then now one that's being built in right near Forest Park. Mm-hmm. There's more rooms in hospitals than there ever has been before. And again, one of the things I love about this the most, man, is that if your family needs help and needs a place to stay, you're going to get it at Ronald McDonald House. Yeah. If you've got $5 a night, that's what it's going to cost you. If you've got $50, that's what it's going to cost you. But all of the money that we raise over the next 28 hours allows that to happen. And, man, it's just amazing to me to see folks do this every year. Like every year, we keep thinking to ourselves, we can't raise more. We can't. And then we do.
Yeah.
And so it's just been something that has meant a lot for me. And I can't wait to see what we can do this year.
Well, you've done, over the past 14 years, you've raised so much money. You've done so much for that organization. Hey, man.
I think it's a we, though, man. Like, it's a collective we, because the listeners are donating the money and the businesses are donating the money. And then you guys are not only are you keeping me sane, but dudes, like, I look forward to tomorrow morning after I've been on the air for 20 hours so that we can do whatever it is that we do.
I also can't wait to walk in at 3 o'clock in the morning and say, hey, Donnie, you alive?
Yeah, how you doing?
How you doing, Donnie?
Pick me up.
Right.
And you're barely conscious.
Well, but about the time I see you guys is when I get either like my second or third wind.
Yeah.
And that's like when it kind of starts to the end starts to kind of feel like it's near.
Rafe is going to donate some.
I'm going to leave you some of this exploder, dude. Just in case.
If you need a little pep.
If you get to dire straits, take a half a scoop, put it in some water.
It is illegal in 15 states.
Yeah.
You need to put a note on there that says, do not open until 3 a.m.
Right.
Do not open until 3 a.m.
If you do that now, you are setting yourself up for trouble.
It is made in a laboratory setting, labs with a Z. And,
that definitely makes me feel better.
It is approved by a doctor called the Mad Chemist. So
I thought that was a DJ.
I think you'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll be all right.
I think you'll be fine.
You'll be good, man.
You'll be fine. I'll leave you a little
That's one of
baggie.
the Chemical Brothers, isn't it?
Well, for every scoop you take, it shaves 3 months off your life, but that's okay. It's worth it. It's worth it.
So much at the end.
For the kids.
At the end of your life. At the end of your life. All right, so the Radiothon begins in just a couple minutes here. $35 if you want to have a song played on the air.
$35.
$135 if you want to get your business plugged on the air.
Correct.
Operators are standing by.
Hey, just so you know, with the business thing, that is so huge. And I am still using probably half a dozen businesses that I learned of because of the Donnie Radiothon right here.
It gives businesses that might not have an opportunity to necessarily have a regular advertising schedule here get their name out. And we do, we put it up on the website as well. So, you kind of got it from a couple of different angles. But again, folks, whatever we can do, let's go. Let's friggin' do it. Let's roll.
So, phone bank's open?
They will be shortly. If they are not, they will be in the next minute or
right
two.
now. 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. Let's get those donations coming in.
Let's go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
All right, before we get out of here, today's Pappy's Recappy.
It's brought to you by Pappy's Smokehouse, celebrating 15 years, locally owned but world famous. 2 locations, including Highway 70 and Mid-Rivers Mall Drive in St. Peters. Everything we covered on the show today, lots of sports. We had a perfect game in the MLB. Fall Out Boy just released an updated cover, an updated version of an old Billy Joel cover, and I can't believe it, but Rizz actually played it. See what we thought of it. Crap on celebrities. Rizz News. Be aware that brown recluse spots are moving in because those temps are going up. Check out all the detail. 1057thepoint.com/Rizz. Today the podcast is She Clears the Shame Away.
Hey, you forget about Freak of the Week. Freak of the Week as well.
Oh, yes, of course. Freak of the Week. It is Thursday, and Freak of the Week is it's up for voting at RIZZ Show on Twitter.
All right. Thank you, Moon. Without further ado, we leave you with a selection for our Team Rizz Member of the Day. Actually, we're Captain Jim's tonight. Come see us.
Captain Jim's.
Team Rizz Member of the Day brought to you by Hot Shots, proud sponsor Team Rizz. Visit hotshotsnet.com/Team Rizz. From Cape Girardeau, the birthday boy, Adam Topping, is our Team Rizz
Adam, happy birthday.
What's up?
We're going to play his song, which is this right here.
Right on.
And then Donnie's Radiothon officially begins. All right, we'll see you tomorrow, or maybe at Captain Jim's tonight. Goodbye.
Bye.
Energy.
Rizzuto.